Hello, welcome in, welcome everyone. Woo! Basket case with a subscription. Hello guys, welcome in. Hey Uli, I know you're excited. I know you're excited for this update to drop just a little bit early, actually. Dude, you'll have to bear with me. Usually this kind of stuff doesn't drop until like the afternoons, and I was like getting around. I was up, but I was like having my coffee, which it is time. I'm now having an amaretto coffee, which is something that's incredibly good. Couple of quick things before we jump into it. Yes, this is a big Civ 7 update day. There's a lot to talk about. Anything from a new map script. So now there's 3 primary map scripts, if you don't include the original balanced map scripts, with a new map generation technique. There is additions to the balance patch that happened from the last month. So things like Rome has buffs, as well as Russia, and this is a free DLC to claim. So if you guys don't have Civ 7 yet, if it's been a month since you've launched it, make sure you do launch the game so you can claim that free DLC, because it's only free for the next month. And if you've been kind of sitting on the sideline whether or not you should buy Civ 7 or not, you might want to consider it during the holiday season for the sake of the free DLC. Of course, there's plenty of opinions about that. And of course, it is CivGive season. We have merch for CivGive2025. It is this Sunday is going to be the multiplayer event with a lot of your favorite Civ 7, Civ 6 creators who will be getting in a multiplayer game together, playing a big game for charity. Hopefully, I don't get nuked again, and we'll see what happens. But this Sunday, all day. So we have already raised over $1,100, which is absurd. That means I also have to run a 10-mile or 11-mile run so far, because I committed to running 1 mile for every $100 donated here, all the way up until our cap of 3,100 or 31 miles or a 50K ultra marathon. So that's gonna be crazy. So with all that out of the way, let's jump into it. Not you sneaking in the stream during your work. Yeah, that's how it be though. Is the game fun now? Very good question, Real. I am having a blast. If you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am currently working on a new Let's Play series, edited down, basically the same exact style that I used to do back for Civ 6, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a fantastic time. I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully that comes off a little bit here. I'm a little bit like, oh shoot, I need to jump in right now. So here we are. But if anyone is wondering whether or not I think Civ 7 is worth it yet, yeah, I think where it is right now, leagues and ahead better where it was at launch. I thought if you were a Civ fanatic, it was worth getting at launch. If you were kind of a person that was like, I'll play it a couple times, then it was not worth it. But if you're getting to that point where you're like thinking about it, you might want to consider sometime during the holiday season for the sake of getting the free DLC. Of course, there are actually 3 DLCs already, so hopefully there should be stuff on the store. But basically, Tides of Power is free if you just launch Steam or on console or whatever you have it, you get that one for free. So I'll probably make a longer video to answer that more properly. Winter sale soon. Yeah, I'm sure let me actually look right now on the store page. Yeah, no, it's not. So it's not on sale. I would say do not grab Civ for full price at this point. Wait for a Christmas sale for sure. But that should be sometime. They'll have one sometime in the next month. So just to be very clear, that's not something that I get bonuses for. That's not something that is my opinion. I would say don't get it at full price. Wait for the Christmas sale. But I'm hoping there will be a Christmas sale so you can also claim the free DLC sometime this month. And then they also announced that the larger updates are going to be in 2026. So that's like playing the same Civ through all 3 ages. So to have your immortal Roman Empire or to play America from the start of the game type of scenario. Don't know how that's going to work. I think there's plenty of ways you can make it work, and a huge revamp to legacy paths is a big thing that they'll be introducing. And I think that's all really, really good stuff. I do not have much information about that, so I think we're just going to jump into a game and look at what we can look at in terms of a new game mechanics. One thing I will note, there are several mods that have been broken with the update, which happens every single update. So we're running very, very slim. There are a couple of mod packs that actually I have published on the Steam page. So if you go ahead and if you're playing on PC, if you go to your, hang on. Oops. If you go to Civ7, you go to Workshop, and you look for collections, you should be able to scroll down and find, actually, my collections are here on the front page. But if you click on the Nerdy Simple Mod List, this is the super, super basic, literally only detailed map tax and policy yields preview. That will be, I will have a link for that here for under mods. I need to make sure it's in the YouTube description as well. But I also have a larger mod pack, which I really show off in the Let's Play series. I hope, oh shoot, I don't know. I hope these get fixed quickly. Anyways, I will go to my files I've posted, collections, and then I have a single player mod list here as well, which has some of my more other favorite mods. And that's where that link should probably take you. Anyways, we're just playing with detailed map tax and extended to yield previews. So if you're wondering what the UI in the game looks like right now, this is it. This is it. So I'm going to jump into a new game. I want to show off the 3 big things this update. I'm going to show off the new map script, which is Shattered Seas. I want to show off the new leader, Saida al-Hara, who is the pirate queen of the Mediterranean, a Moroccan queen privateer, super, super cool, great bonus, great abilities. And then I also want to show off both Iceland, who is a fantastic cultural pillager. Dude, that is one thing I do love about Civ 7, is that culture victory can be so aggressive. They get 500 culture when they discover a natural wonder or distant land. That's crazy. They have relic bonuses. We'll go into all this stuff here in a little bit. And then, of course, the Ottomans. Also, another militaristic culture leader. So that's really, really cool. Iceland. I was debating jumping straight into an exploration area start, but I think I really want to showcase the new map script. And the best way to do that is jump into antiquity. So I'm going to go ahead. We're starting from right here. If you're just jumping in or fast forwarding the VOD, welcome. So Saida al-Hara, she receives the strongest naval unit. Note, that doesn't distinguish between light or heavy. It's whatever your strongest unit is. So if you have a Civ that has a unique light unit that is stronger than heavy, or vice versa, you're just getting whatever is the strongest one that you have unlocked at the time. So depending on how you tech path, you might be able to actually basically pick and choose which boat you're getting, which could be really cool. But you receive a naval unit every time you succeed in an espionage action, and you always succeed espionage actions, by the way. So it's basically you're just printing boats. If you can place a naval unit, you need to have an actually open harbor for the unit to pop in. You also get 2 culture and 1 influence per age for every naval unit stationed in a district. So you can use espionage to create boats to station in your districts to generate more culture and more influence to do more espionage and print more boats. Snowball, fantastic. You also receive no influence penalty for espionage being revealed, and you cannot be counterspied, which is basically means there's no penalty. There's no penalty to being espionage. Usually when someone catches you, you receive an influence penalty. And that means it slows down how much you can do espionage. And this is just it. She of course unlocks Republic of Pirates and exploration, the opposites in exploration because she is a Moroccan leader, the Ottomans in modern age, and Mughal in modern age. So we also have a couple of different things here. I am not playing the better memento editor is broken, so I can't really unlock all mementos. You can load it, but then the game like kind of crashes, or at least that's what I was finding. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyways, I'm just going to jump into a couple mementos here. We're just going to keep it very simple today, just to showcase the leader, who they are, without really jumping too much into some of the busted strategies with different mementos. But I will be grabbing an extra militaristic point and an extra diplomatic point to kind of highlight her militaristic and diplomatic tendencies. So there we are. I'm going to jump into an antiquity era start like we had mentioned, and we will go ahead and actually... so she suggested to play as either Axum or Carthage. Carthage being the more historically closer pick for her, because Said al-Hara being Moroccan, Carthage was all over Morocco and northern Africa, so that is probably the best choice for her historically. I kind of want to lead into Axum. Both of these are naval civs. I play Carthage too much. I need to play some more civs online. So we're gonna be playing Axum, leaning into their coastal 3 gold on coastal resources and settlement, 3 gold on resources in settlements adjacent to the coast. This is gonna work really well with this map script, by the way. And production towards the Great Stelt. You have a unique boat with combat strength on the coast and can cross borders of other civs. Is that new? That must be new. 1 charge to create a trade route. Or maybe it's not new. You're playing Carthage with her? She's so good. Fantastic. So unique trade. The Hawilt we'll lean into here. And any of our flat tiles, and that's going to be great. Again, we could be jumping straight into Iceland. I'm going to try to play through this era rather quickly. But I do want to show the turn-by-turn exploring of the new map specifically. We're going to play on online speed, as well as, Shattered Seas. So we have 3 primary map scripts. So that's Continents and Islands, Pangaean Islands, and Shattered Seas. These use the new map scripting that is a lot less predictable in order to generate more interesting maps. You still have things like Continents Plus, Continents, Archipelago, Fractal, Shuffle, Terra Incognita. Those were the original, very quote-unquote more balanced map scripts that did have very vertical definitions between old and new world distant lands. But a lot of players thought that was very repetitive and too confining. So the first 3 map scripts are the ones that I personally recommend. We'll play a standard size game, regroup setting. I will be highlighting some of the additional... Some of these settings are going to line up with our CivGive that's coming up this Sunday. Things like abbreviated ages, which is something I love because ages go by so much faster. You have to pick and prioritize what you're doing, and it actually means for more interesting build orders because you can't do everything, and I like that. Online speed, abbreviated ages. We'll keep independence by default. We will enable bypass civ unlocks because I want to make sure that we can actually play Iceland and Ottomans. And then everything will be regular deity, except I'm going to turn off the free walls for the AI just because I think that's kind of a lot. That's so much, dude. And all of the crises are turned on. It will turn off score victory. And I'm going to save this. So Shattered Seas playstyle. All right, and we're going to launch. Is it that the espionage has to be succeeded or just that she starts one? Espionage always succeeds. So it's on completion. It's not at the start. It's when she finishes the espionage. It does not matter if she's caught or not. If you catch her or you don't catch her, she still gets a boat. But it's at the completion of the espionage action. You're really going to like the new map. So Shattered Seas, we'll talk about it very directly. And I'll pull up the overlay on Discord for anyone that is kind of wants to see the basics of what it means. So this is the new Shattered Seas map. You'll see there are several different islands. Each of them, you'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 major islands on this map that are all connected via shallow seas. This is literally a Pangaea continent that has been carved up with seas. So it is very much like Pangaea and islands where there's one large Pangaea and there's distant islands off to the sides, but there's water between everyone. every player also is guaranteed to have their own starting island. So if you are a sim player that likes to not be upfront borders touching another civ, it might actually be very good for you, because you might spawn on this island and someone spawns over here and you can send naval trade routes to each other. Or if you're very aggressive, you can build boats and start going through and pillaging wherever you want. So this could be very good. I might actually really like this map. I'm trying it out. I think it's gonna be, there's a couple things I'm noting quite immediately. Is if you'll notice, just like in Pangaean Islands, if you spawn in the middle of the continent, it's very hard to get to distant lands. This map has that same problem, where you could spawn right here in the middle of the map, and then have a really hard time reaching distant lands. There's actually Distant Land Island right here. You'll notice it's completely separated by ocean, so there is distant land. So maybe that is something that might happen, and maybe you might be able to get off free, right? Because you could sail down here, settle these distant land islands. But then at that point, you're going to pick and choose based off of where you are on the map, right? Am I going to lean into focusing in on the homelands and my scientific and cultural legacy paths, which are Enlightenment and the relics? Or am I going to go ahead and try to settle some islands and focus on the militaristic and economic paths, which are the treasure fleets, as well as taking islands via force and converting them to your religion? So I think there's a bunch of different options here. Of course, that is very specific to abbreviated ages. If you're playing long ages, you want to try to do everything, right? But we'll have to see what this looks like. So Saida al-Hara, very, very cool. Espionage can be prevented. She cannot be counter-spied at all, which is the big deal. And she suffers no penalty to espionage being revealed, so she doesn't get an influence debuff whenever she's caught. So, does not always succeed, but against the AI... No, espionage, a 100% success rate. That's the big change between Civ 6 and Civ 7. Espionage, 100% success rate. What is the chance this time is whether it's revealed or not. So it's 50% revealed or not. You haven't gotten past Antiquity yet? Yeah, Willie, that's definitely still... It's interesting. It's one of those things where I love Antiquity, and I, for a very long time, had a hard time jumping into exploration with the transition, or with especially modern, because the problem with the complexity, right, picks up immediately. There's so many choices in the very first turn, and you kind of get really disheveled. But the more you play throughout all three ages, and the more you get accustomed to it, the easier it is to make that transition, because you start realizing, oh, what's going on and what's happening, and it's really interesting. You presented the AI by yourself. Aquarius, you have to tell me what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by preventing the AI from doing espionage on you. My assumption is you kill them down to one town and then they have no influence and now they can't do it. Like that's my only... I have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know if I need counterspying to stop it, which... Yeah, she can't be counterspied. So, okay. So we're gonna play as Axum here. This is gonna be really fun. Hawilt stuff. Unique boat, trade ships. We're gonna have bonuses to trade. This is gonna go a little bit against her aggressive nature. I'm gonna try to pick some naval partners and some people to mess with, maybe. And then we'll see how this goes. But we'll begin the game. Ooh, oh, okay. Okay, well, I like this spawn immediately. We have clay nearby. We have llamas. We have gold. So where are we on the map? I've noticed we also don't need to do the map tax trick to figure out where you are north and south of the map. You can kind of just go ahead and look around, which I think is pretty cool. Aquarius, I'm not trying to be. I'm just like, you have to explain. Okay, Aquarius, I think I come off the wrong way, and I apologize if that's coming off the wrong way to you. I'm very confused what you mean when you just say it can be prevented without clarifying. So again, and I think this is something that happened to us a bunch of times. I come off the wrong way, and I don't mean it that way. So I apologize. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Of course, we're just gonna settle in place here. And we have, of course, a nice... This is going to be our very first city on the coast as well. I can quickly pick up my attribute points. So we have the 1 influence from the diplomatic point. And I'm going militaristically. We could go war support or IPs. I really enjoy having the flexibility of being able to not being bullied by independent powers. So I'm going to pick that one. What kind of coffee am I drinking? I am drinking actually... it's actually an amaretto style coffee, so it tastes just like a Disaronno, and I actually really enjoy that. It has like an almond cherry like flavor to it, and it's really good. Big coffee variety pack, and maybe you have something like that in there. That'd be very nice. This is my girlfriend and I have been exploring different coffee flavors, and especially with the I guess the ending of the pumpkin spice season. so here we are. All right, I'm gonna start off with a scout here because of course we want to do a lot of exploring on this map. We have 2 reefs nearby. You know what? Who would be really good would be a Axum, or sorry, a Tonga. But I think Iceland also, maybe you don't want to be Tonga. We'll see. All right, I'm going to jump straight into sailing opening because we have this nice coastal spawn here. I definitely want to try to rush God of the Sea and settle a lot of coastal towns as well. We're going to go double scout here. Now, there's a goodie hub up to the north as well. Sweet. There's more clay and there's rice. There's mangoes too. That's super good. All right, I'm going to jump... We're going to immediately go for... What's our strongest resource to improve? Clay is good, but I need the fishing key. Yeah, we're actually just going to grow straight to the clay and these reef tiles. Oh, that resource getting the extra gold is fantastic. Sweet. We got clay. There's 3 gold per turn on that tile. There's production on that tile already. That's great. All right. I don't know how much scouting we can do on this little island, so I'm going to go straight into our fishing key. I think planning our settlement's going to be a big deal as well. First thing I'm going to look at with Axum is our open flat terrain, because you can do a lot with early hill wilts. Yeah, we have some good flat over here. Let me go ahead and put the garden market should go here. I really like using the fishing key on a river so that you can build across it. Oops. Fishing key in harbor. So that's probably gonna go on that river tile. I also want to make sure that I have my warehouse buildings next to my palace for the ageless bonuses. Let me see. With the palace, the adjacency. So we'll have those here. There's also actually a really good library tile. Oh, there's 3 resources here. So monument, library, this direction. And then I think we're going to have yeah, we'll have the altar with the saw pit here. And then we'll figure out some more stuff. Maybe the library goes here and the academy goes over here. But we'll figure something out here soon. All right, but that lets me at least figure out the start of this. We'll get the fishing key. You know about map tax? Is that a mod? It is currently a mod. You'll be able to see it in my mod list here for Civ 7. That's actually the extended mod list. I also have a simple mod list where it just has map tax as well as yield previews. So that is for PC. It absolutely is one of those mods though that is so important for the game, and it really should be base game. All right, a chariot for 25 gold. Oh yes, please. Holy cow! Okay, that's awesome. That's way too good, dude. All right, I wonder if this is actually a very small island. I wonder how much how much it's worth actually playing this area, if it's this small. But we got the sailing, so let's go now into pottery and then up to writing.
I protect.
Oh, what was that sound? Goody cat. Is it because we found a new continent? Oh, I wonder if the islands are new continents or not. So there's also a independent power up this way. All right, I'm gonna immediately start getting these reefs online because there's 2 food, 1 production, 1 science is very good here. Best gold ever spent. I know, right? That's crazy. Voice of power. New elected governor has earned the people's favor. With her impassioned speeches, she seems adept at riling up the people. So this is one of Al-Haraz's abilities. So warrior or scout. We have 2 scouts. I'm gonna grab the free warrior. Having a military here for free sounds really good to me. I love rushing Hawilts with Axum, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to mysticism first. God of the Sea is gonna be so important for us. Like the Arabian leader with the Greeks. Oh, you haven't seen Persia. I think there's gonna be a lot of really, really fun combinations with different leaders, for sure. So if you pair them with, oh yeah, so you're saying civilizations, putting them with Persia, 3 combat strength for infantry units? I think I would have to look at the rest of their kit. Oh, Greece with the influence immediately is good. Yeah, espionage. We have a bunch of different things we could do here. I'm gonna pick oligarchy just to keep it simple because I want some food early on. All right, we choose production. So we have our fishing key giving me +1 food on our boats. I can get my quick settlers out. So let's grab the 2 settlers, and then we'll probably get the harbor done as well. The harbor could actually help me get a settler out faster. Let me go settler, harbor, settler. And see what we get here. Oh, the traveler guy. Oh, yeah, Ibn Battuta. That does sound very good. I actually really like Ibn Battuta. Ooh, a little culture boost here to rush our Pantheon. Sounds good. Interesting. Continent lens. So we found a new landmass, and there's actually a little interesting sound effect that happens when that comes through. Sweet. All right, we got pottery. So that's going to help with the production on our... Hey, wait a second. That gave me production on a clay pit. Oh. Usually clay pits have been bugged. Where clay pits do get buffed, of course, normal clay pits, but if clay pits also have a resource on them, they were getting buffed for a long time. All right, so let's go up to writing next. I'm gonna try to get up to the writing mastery so we can unlock our first espionage action. I'm gonna go straight for that good yet. I wanna meet another Civ. There's also Taruga here. They are, of course, going to be friendly to us. I wanna befriend them. No one should really be competing for us. It's going to actually take a second to meet the first leader. So I'm probably going to go ahead and send my scouts out to these new land masses quite fast. Hashtag patch. Let's go, Carl. Nice. You love to see it. You love to see it. That means actually I might want to rush the brickyard. Ooh, 2 production. Yeah, because that's going to boost both these tiles now. Let's see. I'm going to save up some gold. Or maybe we actually go brickyard before, because I don't have the fishing boats. Where was I putting that? I'm going to put that here. Detailed map tax. Dude, detailed map tax is so good. Should absolutely be considered for base game. Just so that even console players could enjoy it, because it's such a big deal. All right, we're gonna build the brickyard. Maybe it's worth it to build something else first, but I'm gonna build the brickyard just for the sake of us seeing this. And that also means getting to this clay. Oh, all right, so my settlement locations, map tax, so good. My capital can't reach that rice, and I totally want to have access to the rice tile. So I want to make sure my cities are on the coast if you're Axum. So I unfortunately have to settle like... Oh, to grab that rice, it's just out of range. I want to settle here. I can either settle here and grab both rice, or I settle here and get the coastal access. How about we settle here for the coastal access? I'll grab this rice with another settlement up this way. Yeah, surely. Yeah, right there is actually a good settlement for there. We can also go ahead and plan a settlement next to the fish. There's 2 fish up here. And yeah, that actually grabs all those tiles. There's actually a bunch of resources up here. Figure out something like this. So this entire landmass is going to be completely up to us. Unless someone, like, really forward settles towards... Like, forward settling on this map script is going to be so hard that if it happens, they really tried. The TGM Carl emote? I think I have a Carl emote. There we go. I believe... Oh, wait, it's an animated one. Forward settling. Is Coupe back? Is Coupe back? I don't know, but Tonga's in the game. Dude, I love Tonga so much. And I actually really appreciate the ability to add a Polynesian early distant land civ into the game without breaking exploration era. The fact that you guys understood, like, yes, you can't have them incorporating city states because they're gonna incorporate independent powers outside, like on the distant lands, and you can't go on to the land, but you can keep sailing, but grab goody hats is great. And then on top of that, having their unique quarter allow them to hit ocean tiles on turn 1 of exploration era still gives them the head start to getting to distant lands without making it broken, right? To the point where no one else could even remotely keep with them. It's a slight edge, and I really enjoy that. All right, 3 turns of production to boost the earliest technology or move on. Yeah, some of these, because, okay, the goody hats. Some goody hats are great, some are less good, and I think that makes sense. They shouldn't all be, like, amazing. Coupe would find a way to forward settle even if it wasn't in the game. Yeah, if you had like a full Coupe in Civ 7, it would break the game. Absolutely. All right, cool. So we got the extra fishing key here. Let's get another food boost. We'll run both policy cards, tool making, and the culture. And yeah, oh yeah, okay, cool. Sailing early and these islands being connected is actually a big deal. I'm very happy with the direction that Civ has been heading for quite some time. I have no idea what's happening in terms of the one Civ through all leaders, or one Civ through all eras update. And it's been getting talked up a lot, so I'm very interested to see that kind of info. All right, we're gonna rush straight to Axum and the Hawilt. That is actually an interesting thing about Axum is that they get bonuses to coastal, but they also have so much good stuff for inland flat settles. This map type might actually help them navigate both, though, where they can have a really strong inland tile improvement spammed, but also really strong coastal tiles. Now let's get a culture boost, culture boost here. Pantheon time, we're gonna grab God of the Sea. You know what I do want to see? I want to see a very slight Pantheon rework. Not that like most of the Pantheons are pretty good. God of the Sea is very good. God of the Sun is applicable in any direction. God of Wisdom, of course, the God of Festivals, both of them very strong if you know how to work with quarters. City Patron Goddess feels great where it's at. Earth Goddess. That's the one I'm upset about, because Earth Goddess getting a happiness adjacency to mountains and natural wonders. There's always a better adjacency for monuments, or I find it really hard trying to prioritize adjacencies on altars when there's so many other buildings I need to prioritize their adjacencies for. But there is a way that I think would be actually a really easy way to fix it, and something that actually leans into to me as a creator, and I really enjoy that. Right, because like the monument is so early. Now, if you go monument and altar and you skip going up to the wheel, maybe there's actually is a really good happiness tempo ability there. Like if you're prioritizing these texts. So I do want to say there probably is a place for where Earth Goddess is right now. However, if this was Earth Goddess and it just gave you extra happiness for like if you put it on like a tile that has happiness or appeal, that would actually lend itself very directly into making a pantheon that feels actually reminds you about appeal and brings it back into Civ 7 just a little bit, while also making sure that those building slots are available for adjacencies for other things like I think there's something there, right? Because like God of Sacred Waters or whatever it's called, there's a +3 happiness tile on an altar here, but that is so good for markets and gardens that I just would never want to do that. Sacred Waters here. So in the same vein, Earth Goddess I have a very hard time prioritizing, but if Earth Goddess gave you happiness for just like a flat like 2 or 3 happiness bonus for being on a tile that has happiness, then I might actually consider games where I play it, where you're really leaning happiness. Especially if you're playing like Ashoka, right, who gets 2 pantheons. And so you're going to be spamming a lot of altars, but you also will be spamming a lot of arenas and villas, so you want to have your mountain adjacency slots open, but you do want to have all 3 buildings. That might be one way to introduce a buff to Earth Goddess. Is just don't make it rely on mountains, just make it rely on the appeal of a tile. Anyways, that's my suggestion of the day. For now, we're just gonna go for God of the Sea. God of the Sea. Graphics look very pretty. Yeah, dude, the game graphics have always been absolutely phenomenal for Civ 7. I actually am running on high graphics settings now, on 1440p. I was able to fix my RAM issue. I do have an upgraded, though I think I might have accidentally broke one of my RAM slots by pulling the RAM in and out so many times, which is actually really sad. Let's grab a food boost here. The more food I have, the better. Because I'm going to need to prioritize a lot of coastal terrain, but also I need to prioritize a lot of inland terrain for rural tiles. All right, let's go ahead and settle our second town. Building an road quite immediately, grabbing another clay. Yeah, 2 production on that tile, pulling the clay into the capital to get 3 production on this brickyard. And there's +1 production. That's fantastic. That's so, yes. That's, I'm immediately sending that to Aquarius. Oh, shoot. Hi, bad IP. I didn't want to say. Hey, it's Rome. Or Greece. Charlemagne. The purple threw me off there. All right, we're going to do a first... do I need to do first meets? I don't think I do. I feel like Charlemagne always hates me in every game. You're playing Iceland right now. The rating in distant lands is actually broken. That's awesome to hear. All right, we need to unlock espionage immediately. I'm not going to waste influence on sanctions, but... Oh, yeah, okay, this map is actually kind of cool. Good, yes, there's a connection up here. I like this. All right, so we're finishing the harbor and then another settler. Fantastic. The +5 production. Holy clay, dude. Oh, clay's back, man. Clay is gonna be great. All right, science, cold, or culture. A message to the future. A sage advises the incisions of symbols into the stone to communicate the greatness of Axum. All right, so this is one of the Axum the narrative events. Let's go for culture. Culture is really good early on. All right, so we got writing. Let's go to the master to writing to unlock our first espionage action. That's what I need to do a lot more, especially in multiplayer, is espionage. All right, let's grab the llamas for a +1 production and 3 happiness in the cap, as well as 3 gold per turn. He wants to do a research collaboration. I'm going to accept and run away. Oh, there's goody cats up here. I'm gonna go grab those. I can't wait to get to Iceland. I can't wait. Actually, I was in the middle of a let's play style where I was basically setting up a really strong Iceland game. But hopefully that video is posted by tomorrow morning. I still gotta finish it. Happiness or gold, but negative 100% science for 2 turns. I'll take the happiness. I actually like happiness bonuses. More policy cards is actually incredibly underrated. Let's go red. We're gonna go around. I'm not really keeping my military units on my homeland, little starting island, because we don't really have that many enemies. Chengol is not gonna be that big of a problem for us. Let's do a science boost here. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Oh, Matra. Look at this. Flat tile, flat tile, flat tile, flat tile. You could have a very strong Hawaiilt spam down here. And I think this might actually be an interesting thing to do. Oh man, like, so you're gonna have a fishing key and a harbor for sure. I don't know how much you're going for urbanizing down here though, because there's really good, like that's a +4 Hawaiilt. Like this could just be a town that's going to grow and generate culture for us. It's actually insane how good Iceland is at raiding. I can raid almost a whole city town in 1 turn with 1 Viking. It's crazy, dude. All right, so I'm going to immediately go for the clay pit. Oh, sweet, Taruga. All right, so I don't need to run megaliths because we have Hawaiilts. I think I'm just going to run Paper Maker for the +1 culture on our warehouse buildings. That is almost always good. All right, in the capital, we now have this other settler out, so let me go ahead and throw them. I like this settlement here. There's actually a lot of flat land here to grab. And now I'm going to go ahead. I think the library could be strong. The altars can give us production on our fishing boats, though. So let me go ahead and get the... I think we get the granary and altar here. Keep this stuff growing. It's only 1 turn for the granary, so I'll do that one first, and hopefully the production rollover becomes enough to actually 1 turn the altar. We have 22 production right now, but you'll notice the granary is only 27 production. So theoretically, it should take us 2 turns to build the granary because 22 is less than 27. However, we have an extra production rolling over from the last thing we built, which was a settler. So a settler at 45 production, it doesn't come down to the flat. You need 22. So the settler took, what, 2 turns to do? So instead of being 22, 44 production, making it take 3 turns to build, it only took us 2 turns. Every time you have unused production from a turn, it rolls over to the next. So we probably, let's say for an example here, you had 40 production on the settler already. Then you throw 22 production into a settler. That means you use 5 production on the settler, but then the next 17 production left over goes to your next item. And that is how our granary, which is 27 production, is built with 1 turn when you're at 22 production, because it is 22 plus whatever was left over. I don't know the exact number right now. I wish there was a way to monitor that. Maybe that would be a little bit too confusing to have. But In terms of, so now that I'm going to build the granary in one turn, whatever production left over from building the granary can then go to the next building, and maybe that's the altar. We'll have to see how the exact math rolls out here. Oh. Don't like there's a slinger here. That warrior might be dead. But he did a good job. I'm gonna come up here. I don't know if we need to befriend these guys or if I want to wait. Let me give me my first espionage action going first. All right, so we'll one turn the granary. Fantastic. Unlocking writing. That means we can also build... No, the altar is built in 2 turns. So the altar takes 45 production. We have 24 production per turn. So we didn't get enough rollover in that turn. That's okay. I'll probably have some kind of YouTube tutorial at some point explaining overflow in more detail at some point. The mastery to this civic, though, give us gold on districts adjacent to coast. That's going to be very good early on. Ooh, Chan-Chan's here. Let me try to get open borders with Charlemagne here, just so this warrior can get out of the way. And then we're going to go down, and there it is. Espionage action, steal technological advancement, success chance 100%. That is for every single civ, but the reveal chance is 50%. So you will always steal technology. The chance is whether or not they notice. However, with the interesting thing about Saida is that if she is caught, she does not receive an influence penalty, which means espionage is almost always good, and it's going to negatively affect your relationship. But you get a free boat, and the boats in your districts will actually also generate you more yield, which is going to be really good for us. She also cannot be counter-spied, so even if players know that she's going to be doing a lot of spying, she can't be slowed down by the counter-spy action. All right, production and science to Axum. Sweet. Oh, that was not enough to, even with the production boost for the overflow to make that one turn. I was hoping. All right, open borders. Fantastic. Let's go for actually a masonry here, because I want to get that monument and my influence up. Ooh, a new continent. Oh, that must be a new landmass then. Of course, this is going to be homelands. Homelands. Hey, Flapjack, how's it going? I could certainly... Oh, yeah, here we go. Hawilts. This is where... So this town, yes, it's going to have good fishing boats, but first, I'm going to spam a ton of really nice improvements on these flat tiles. So let's go for a Hawilt to give me 2 gold on that tile. And then once I get another Hawilt next to it, it'll also get culture. Which civ we're playing is, you don't remember the icon. We're playing as the Axum. Let's get a culture boost here. We're playing as the Axum, who will get the boost to Kulsul resources, as well as the ability to spam Hawilts on the land. So they're an interesting half coast, half land based civ. And I actually really enjoy that. Let's grab the free codex here. And you'll see now we have 2 codices, because we got one from the free codex from the writing mastery, which the writing mastery also triggers a narrative event, which allows you to grab a second codex. So getting a library soon will be also a good idea. That scout's coming back down this way. Whoa! Holy cow, Bob! Holy cow, Bob with the VIP redeem. Are you not VIP? Thank you so much. Yes, guys, remember, we are raising money for Gamers Outreach today. CivGive2025 is happening this Sunday, December 14th. Go ahead and go over here. There's a bunch of detail on the Tiltify. CivGive. Bam. everything you know about CivGive, I have a video that is right here on the Tiltify and on the YouTube channel for those that are interested, whether that is the charity or the game. They provide video game consoles to children's hospitals. I actually got to go down to Gamers Outreach this past Friday. They are fantastic. The console carts are so high quality. They're so easy to use. Even for the people that are not tech inclined down at the children's hospital, they just want to take care of the kids. They can just wheel up the cart to the kid. The kid knows how to play the games. It's fantastic. And thank you so much, Bob, for, what was that? The $120 donation. You didn't realize you could buy more than those hot bean boozles? I might buy a few more. Oh no. Oh no. What did you so there's a bunch of redeems. There's including dyeing my hair. As well as making me eat bean boozles like Bob is talking about. Whether those are the ones that have either a good flavor or a terrible flavor, like dirty socks, or the hot bean boozles, which get progressively hotter and hotter. Let me look at the bam. Yeah, eat a hot bean boozle and become VIP. Oh yeah, oh absolutely, absolutely, Bob. You definitely deserve a VIP. There you are. Welcome into the VIP list. Video link is in the description on the YouTube channel, and the link there is also on Twitch. Hell yeah, Bob. Hell yeah. Dude, I'm really excited for CivGive. Does anyone have any predictions for how CivGive is going to go? Because there's going to be myself. Oh, man. Ursa Ryan nuked so many people last year. Can you read in the VIP? Uli, absolutely. I think it's available through donation or through the channel points. Oh, it's actually not enabled on channel points. You might actually have enough. Usually, so that's probably been disabled all year. Whoops. I think I disabled last CivGive to make people prioritize the donation. But let me see. Channel points. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Someone will probably go Iceland Blackbeard and raid everyone to death. Yeah, absolutely. All right. There is an instant VIP. It's 100,000 channel point. It's very expensive. It's absolutely very expensive, but that's for someone that's like been around like literally forever. There's actually a lot of redeems I used to have that I have turned off, but we'll keep that as is for now. I reckon Uli probably has a lot of channel points. I know for a fact that people are going for pirates. I know Sassy Gamer Lady and Raising Zozo both love the pirate civ, so it's absolutely going to happen. Oh, 10K? Okay, maybe. That's fine. All right, so we have our altar and granary. So you can see we have 4 science and 4 culture right now on the palace. That's because we have 1, 2, 3 quarters nearby. So that's 3 science and 3 culture. And then I'm also running a policy. Oh, wait, 2 culture on the palace. Oh, I thought that used to reflect. Urban quarter, urban district. Oh, this is not a quarter yet because it's only a district. That's actually something really interesting I didn't realize about the base UI. It actually tells you whether or not something is a quarter or it's a district. That's actually an update that I missed. Here you are. Yeah, urban district. Fantastic. Also, Bob, I'm going to do the bean boozles at the very start of CivGive. How about that? I did actually just get them in the mail, but we'll have a nice little intro to the start. So thank you again so much for the donation. That's absolutely amazing. We, my local children's hospital has 2 of the Gamers Outreach cards already. And actually, I did pull up a map for... I did post a map. Oh, that's actually probably posting right... Hang on. I'm posting this here later today. But I made a little map for all of the children's hospitals that the CivGive specifically has contributed to over the past 3 years. You can see there's, of course, a bunch of the United States. There's also Canada being involved, and also England. So the content creators that have been raising money for the past several years, we all pick a local children's hospital. A lot of us are based in the U.S. and or Canada, so that's why you see so many over here. They've tried to get other places and other countries. Sometimes it's more difficult. We might be able to get a cart in Australia now with I know the Not Daily Civ 7 News is going to be trying to benefit the Australian Children's Hospital, but I know because you can tell, like, you know, England, who's the content creator from the UK. You can see a bunch. I've been based in Pennsylvania as well as New York in the past. There's, of course, other creators that if you know where they're from, you'll be able to kind of figure out what children's hospital they're benefiting. And but it's been amazing. 3 years of CivGive. We've funded 23 code carts at 18 different locations, and that's been an absolute blast. The kids love the go-karts like so much. It's really, really nice. My local hospital also they lend their go-kart to the pediatric infusion center next door as well, which means when a kid has to sit there for 6 to 8 hours with an IV or some type of infusion, they literally can't move. They have to sit in a chair for like 8 hours. They can be handed a console with a controller and keep them busy playing Minecraft. Or there's actually I was even able to make sure that Civ 6 was installed on our local consoles. One of them was from my personal donation, and the hospital was also to grab one for the second one when Civ 6 was on super, super, super cheap sale, which is actually really incredible. Spawn next to Sassy Irrel War, no doubt. It's actually really interesting. Sassy has been advertising a little bit more of an alliance tune this year for anyone that's on her land, because she wants to fight people on the water with pirate queens. Pirate kings. Actually, I was telling her, Saida Ahara, she's the pirate queen of the Mediterranean. This is why she's in the DLC pack with literally Blackbeard. She's a very famous Moroccan privateer queen that used a lot of not only just sponsored piracy to raid a lot of the Mediterranean, but also espionage and diplomacy to kind of get the way what she wanted. I need to actually do a full deep dive on her history again, but she's a fantastic addition to the Civ 7 roster, and also specifically to Sassy Gamer Ladies, powerful women of that are also very aggressive that she likes to play so much. So that's really cool. Get your milk ready. There's some in LA where you're at. That's fantastic. Yeah, I know. I think Boethius sponsored a few of the ones, but there's also several children's hospitals in LA, and there's also a lot of content creators in LA. So they could be from CivGive. They might be from ours. Usually have our CivGive logo on them, so if you see them in person, you can tell. But that's actually really cool. They're fantastic. The seahorse lady in a naval game, absolutely. Gonna try her with Carthage, 4 water districts. Yeah, dude, yeah, Carthage is absolutely a really good pick. The only reason I didn't pick Carthage is because I play Carthage too much. Oh, here, look. We have 26 production. The saw pit is 27 production. Where's that extra 1 production coming from? Which allows us to 1-turn this. Production rollover. So you can build the saw pit in 1 turn instead of 2. And also finish this district and build out another quarter, and you'll see our science and culture will go from 4 to 5 on the era transition, or the turn transition. Ooh, and we met the Mayans Fantastic. So I also want to try to unlock as many espionage actions as I physically can. Right now, we only have the one. That's steel tech. Most of the espionage is actually in... Here, you can see from these icons here. There's a steel government secrets I want to prioritize soon. Excuse me. There's also one at the wheel. Gain vision of all targets commanders. There's also one over at... I guess they're all... The rest of them are in the civic tree. Oh, is that all of it for antiquity? Steel tech, steel civic, and sea commander vision. I think the exploration era is when they introduced the espionage action that literally deletes walls. That's really good. Hey, Nassau. When you upgrade the Viking unit, you get culture. Don't know if that applies to all units. Ooh. When will new leader release? It's already out. Yeah, it's out. It released early. It released early as in like 10 a.m. They dropped it. 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, so we have trade routes to play around with. Oh, yeah, actually, I want to have a naval trade partner. I don't know who that might be this game. This city-state could be a trade partner, though. Oh, yeah, that's actually a big deal. Hang on, let me see. How long until our espionage takes into effect? 7 turns. So let me go ahead and befriend this independent power. That would be a trade partner. I'm going to try to trade with the city-states and spy on the major powers. Is there one Diplo IPs? Oh, you're right. Diplomatic, yeah, there's extra espionage actions with diplomatic independent powers. That's something I could absolutely look into, for sure. Also, the capital, I want to figure out where my Hawilts are going to go. They have to be on flat tiles. So that probably actually belongs to the capital there. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Getting good Hawilts over here. But we can settle this settlement over here. Nice. That's a... You can see, actually, yeah, both towns are now connected to the capital, so they can both specialize and send food back. That's good to know. I'm definitely going to grab some more... Oh, yeah, the capital is definitely focused on water tiles, while Matra here is going to focus on the rural tiles. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to that farm and then immediately go in and buy a Hawilt. You'll see they both get culture adjacency to each other. So you'll see they both have 1 culture. And then I want to put them all together. Oh, dude, mangoes and rice. Mangoes first, because I want to plug that in the cap. Culture-wise, I want to try to get to Code of Laws and Mastery. So let's go Discipline, Code of Laws, and then Mastery. The Diplo up can speed up your espionage. I forget. I will have to look. I'll absolutely have to look. All right, so there's libraries for me to get. There's also my unique boat. Let me get at least 1 unique boat and start sending it around. The only problem with this settlement is that I want to have my Hawilts, but I also need to have a granary to boost the food on the Hawilts, because granaries actually boost those. All right, celebration time, food boost. The reason why I'm prioritizing food so heavily is because food becomes tile improvements, becomes Hawilt, becomes culture. Food is going to be a really big deal, and food or population is all ageless, so it's a really big deal. Also, I would like to plan out where my unique wonder's going to go with the Great Stele. It has to be on, looks like a flat tile. Or wait. Yeah, it does have to be on a flat tile. Which is actually kind of in the way of just basic Hawilts, too. Interesting. Maybe it goes over here, then. Next turn, we unlock the monument. I'm actually going to rush out another settler very early. I actually really like getting early settlers. All right, there's a bunch of slingers here. That guy's going to back up, come home. I do like the ability to keep my settlements safe from these barbarians. Tech unlock. He wants to do a research collaboration. Those are actually really good. 30 influence for 6 culture per turn is not bad. Let's actually support this for now. And then I'm going to go ahead. He's probably going to realize I'm also going to be stealing tech from him. But by increasing his science, I'll get more tech from the actual tech steal as well. Let's go for mastery of masonry for the production of production buildings. Yeah, that sounds really good. This settlement I really want to grow as fast as possible. So let me actually pin out a little plan here as well. There's actually a really dang good gold and food tile over here, so I want to note that. There is 2 resources and a monument here, or a mountain, so maybe it's a library monument just right there. But I really want to, what I really want is figure out, like, these Hawilts. There's going to be, like, I want to, any of these, like, land, flat land triangles or diamonds are really, oh, man. Look at that. Really dang good for Hawilts. And that means actually going ahead and making sure you put your urban districts on rough tiles. Though... Wow, actually, hang on a second. So I like the garden market up here, right? You'll probably have some type of warehouse building over here at some point, right? Because you're not going to have a lot of rough tiles improved immediately, but... I will need to have, of course, my harbor and fishing quay here. Which means having a early granary and probably a saw pit over here. But that leaves us plenty of room for Hawilts this direction. And then you could even do, even on these rough tiles, you could mine them for production because you're not gonna have a ton of production. Or you could put a wonder there, like the Oracle, you know? And that also gives a culture adjacency to Hawilts. I do need to keep an eye on which wonders that I want, though. The Mausoleum of Theodoric, I heard, is really dang good with Iceland, because it's 100% yields on pillaging. So that is something to look out for. It must be placed adjacent to the coast. Alrighty, so that I'm going to go ahead and try to place in the capital, because we're going to prioritize it. Mausoleum of Theodoric. Right there in the capital. All right, cool. So good. Fantastic. I can't wait. Looks like the Confucius is over here. He might actually be someone that's good to prioritize being friendly with. I can't send a first meet because I didn't have enough influence. But... we'll see. This Dow is going down this way. And then when they become an IP, I'll get another Dow, get a trade route with them. Blasting. Huge. Fantastic. All right, we're going to grow this town. Oh, the rice is so good. I do absolutely want to get to the Hawilts, though. Oh, the rice is too good to pass up. All right. I'm also going to buy a granary here to get over to that. The sooner I get that into a city, the better. All right, here's our monument. Place that here. And this settler does... Oh, man, do you actually settle this? I'm using my pins to plot out exactly what land, what tiles are left. Because you could just get so many Hawilts right here. And maybe you actually do that. Maybe you go for one inland city just to spam a crazy amount of Hawilts. Right? Because you got Hawilt, Hawilt, Hawilt. Oh, dude, like a full freaking ring of Hawilts here. And just forget about the coastal bias. That's even fresh water. Yeah, that's great. And if we want, we can also just throw another settle there. Just grab that fish towards the end of era. All right, I'm really liking how this map is looking. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, run away. The reason why I want to prioritize Hawilt so bad is because they're going to set up a really strong culture in the next era. All right, become citizen of a city-state or build a wonder. 10% production towards wonders or influence on the monument. Ooh. The monument carver hands the chisel to this queen for the final stroke. She pauses to think before the hammer falls, repeatedly in a frenzy. When she is done, she has not carved her birth name, Lala Ashia, but Saida Al-Hara, the free lady. So this is one of her native events. That's amazing. 10% production towards wonders. She gets a bonus to wonder production? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so the question is, do you go for the influence on monuments to try to get more espionage actions happening, or do you go to the wonder production to try to set up like a strong culture game throughout the rest of the game? Oh man, that's sick. All right, we'll do the wonder production because I'm about to build our unique great stele. There, nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get another Hawilt. You can see they get culture adjacencies for each Hawilt. So this Hawilt's next to 2 Hawilts. It's a 2 culture per turn tile now. Fantastic. Confucius does a farmer's market. We'll just do a little thing here. Also, let me know, guys, if you want me to just hide the overlays, or if you want to see my face for a little bit, because I know there's a lot of information on the screen. Let's go Code of Laws for the trade route. Let's get open borders with Confucius so I can go through here. Yeah, his capital is going to be pretty strong, I think. This army commander, I would love to get to a level 1 promotion on him. So I'm going to actually link him up with that chariot to come back here so we can get zeal. All right, there's our unique boat. Very nice. All right, we got some extra production from the mastery of masonry. Let's go up next to, I guess we go for the wheel early to get military infiltration so we can print boats. And gold. Gold feels good here. All right, so this settlement's gonna start, oh wait, the rice. It's 5% food in settlements is such a big deal to get all my settlements to grow, and it's a big food tile. All right, espionage report, let's go. Action succeeded, spy remains hidden. Nice, so he didn't even realize. We stole tech, and we stole irrigation. That's how we got irrigation. I thought I remember skipping that. Yeah, so we got irrigation for free. 65 science, that's 2 turns of science. That's pretty dang good. And he didn't even notice. So next I want to try to spy specifically on whoever has the highest science per turn. And that's going to be Confucius here. And I need 40 influence for that. Okay, so just a couple turns, we'll restart that. And we got a free boat. So this guy's going to be stationed in my district because we'll get an additional 2 cultural influence for my naval units. Station in districts. Fantastic, dude. So we'll probably be in other yield income. 10 influence, 10 culture. Is that it? Maybe not. I don't know. I guess I'll have to just trust that that's working. All right, so we're gonna have a very strong setup here. This is actually could be very good. I'd love for him to get a fishing key so I can set up a trade route with him on the water. Oh, there's a scientific city-state here. That's really good. We had open borders with Confucius. That's fine. That's free. We'll keep looking for more goody huts. More land as well. The more exploring I do, the better. Like, I need to know what's immediately available to us. We do have 100 gold. I'm going to keep that... I'm gonna save my gold for my Hawilts. Also, I should probably look at buying fishing keys so I can park more boats as soon as I get them.
May the might of the Lord cause no enemy to resist me, no enemy to follow me.
Sweet, we got our unique, our Civ wonder. So we get 200 gold every time we build a wonder. Dude, that's huge. Oh, that's such a big deal. Especially in online speed. And we got 10% production towards more wonders. All right, so I'm gonna start spamming that gold as Hawilts over here. There's gonna be so many Hawilts. And this settlement can also be settled. Fantastic. I want to get immediately over to this clay. This settlement could also get a Hawilt, and I'm just going to start building as many of these as possible. Library-wise, I want to put this... Oh, there's +3 libraries everywhere now. Here and here. All right, so I'll put it on this top. We'll put the library and probably also the observatory over here. Oh, the garden. Where's the garden go? Oh, we went with the garden early. The garden goes here, as we had planned. I want the library first. Oh, it's 200 gold to make a city. So I can absolutely turn this into a city now. That's going to help it start building its buildings. I'm going to start with the... Oh, man, the monument, probably. Fishing key, of course, really good. It needs so much production. Let's get a saw pit, because it's going to help the production problem. And I really need to get trade routes going. I'm gonna send this commander down over here, actually, to work with this guy. Oh, no, these are gonna be friendly in a second. Oh, just kidding. That is someone else. Hotan. There's actually a lot of exploring to do. Holy cow. Oh, 60 influence. Hang on, I forgot about the stealing tech. We're going to go over to Confucius now. Steal technology. That's going to be 40 influence to do. And that's going to get us a really good early... or a good free tech later. And that means in 10 turns, I do want to have a fishing key in my new cities. Oh, the +2 influence is going to be very good here as well. All right. Sweet. We got a cultural attribute. That's very nice. A little bit of culture here. Feels very good. Let's go also throw the Mastery Dakota Law so I can get the extra espionage action. And this trade route... Absolutely. Ooh, dude, that's really good. Double silk with Taruga. I should be able to get a naval trade route with them with a boat. Who can I not get a naval trade route with? Oh, I can get a naval trade route with that fishing key there. Taruga doesn't have a fishing key. Oh, you don't need one. You just need to get a boat there. Okay. Well, I'm going to send this, How much is it to gold buy boats? Because gold buying boats would give me access to more trade routes. I'm going to send this, because this merchant has to walk there, I'm going to go to Taruga, because it's going to be the fastest way to get there, and then I'm going to build a boat. And this boat's going to go ahead and go over to Confucius to get a trade route with him. Basically, this is going to ensure that no matter what, I will have, like, even if my boats don't, transition the era, because I don't know if they do or not, I will be able to find a way to get value out of these boats, because they're going to be influence, they're going to be culture, they're also going to be trade routes, a legacy path for the economic path. Like, they're going to be a big deal. Oh, these guys are all friendly now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go attack Shengel. All right, technology unlock. Fantastic. Let's go up to currency to get commercials. I'm gonna go to... Oh, I have to decide what I'm doing. I really like having a granary in this city. Oh, I might just put it in the city center then. Okay. So let's grab that tile. I'm gonna go buy another Hawilt. Bam. 3 culture, 3 culture, 2 culture. There's now, what is that? 4, 7, 9 culture per turn just from Hawilts in this town. And there's going to be 1 more population it could actually specialize. Let's grab that clay as well. Put that in the capital. Now we have 10 production on this quarter. Jesus. Research collaborations, we're going to move back to accepting because I need my influence for other things. Who do I want to vision? Actually, I'm going to go to... Pachacuti, because this military infiltration is only 20 influence. It gives us vision of his commanders, which actually will give me vision of his landmass as well, which could be really good. Very nice. Oh, villas are available now with the influence? Hanging Gardens is available too. Oh, Hanging Gardens is so good. Hang on. 1 turn a garden. I'll get a 1 turn garden. The food's gonna be a really big deal. And we're actually running out of slots. Oh no, the mangoes can actually go in somewhere else. So let's grab my, Axum. I got mangoes. These can both go into my cities. Like that. Undulus. Very good. So I need to figure out where Distant Lands is going to be as well. I wonder if that's Distant Lands. Hang on. No, it actually says right now that's Homelands. Oh, there's just a connection somewhere else. All right, there's a boat stationed in a harbor. So they'll stay there. He's replacing that boat, basically. I would love to get the policies that are increased growth in cities, client networks, though I've already got the Great Still. Maybe just rush for citizenship to get food in all settlements. All right, we get that chariot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. There is more IPs this way. Okay. So yeah, I think with Carthage you lend even like a lot heavier into the naval early game. Hinder research, dude. What the hell? All right, Confucius doesn't like us for some reason. Negative 10% science is actually a really big deal. I'm gonna reject that, but I think he's gonna just keep on hindering us. I don't know why he sanctioned us. We're at a positive relationship. I didn't send him a first meet. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know that was that big of a deal for you. And we're running Charismatic Leader again. Next, I want to go ahead and run I want to build a villa for the early influence. I wonder if this is the distant land border. Ooh, there's Samarkand. There's a slinger here. I'm gonna brave it with a scout. Let's see what we can get here. Ouch. All right, he got shot once. Food and production, sure. That means I can actually grow. Grab the llamas here. Very nice. First legacy point. Another production in the cap. Oh, and now we're gonna start getting all these Hawilts in this this town. So, purchase another Hawilt. Get that culture growing. Farmers market with the Pachacuti exception. All right, so let's go straight up to citizenship for even better policy cards. And I do have access to steal government secrets now, so I absolutely will start to steal civics as well. What are you guys thinking about this map scripting? It definitely feels different. Certainly feels I'll buy Harbor. Definitely feels fresh for sure. I can tell it. Oh man, it's Pangea, but it's like it doesn't feel like a Pangea. I want this guy to go over to the commander. Who's that? Unmet city-state was defeated. All right, this town's growing, so I'm gonna grab more Hawilts. Preferably getting these really high food tiles. Like that. So we're at 37 influence. I need one more turn of influence. This is an on Pangea. Is Civ 7 different with generation of large? Oh, sorry, Bob. This is the new map script. This is called a Shattered Seas. It is based off of Pangea very loosely, and this is what I mean. So this is what the map script looks like. It is 8. So this is on a standard size game. There's 8 players. There's 8 different land masses, and each player will spawn on their own land mass, which is actually very nice, so that you know you have your own little island. And then there's all this water that is connected via shallow seas, so that even in antiquity, everyone is interacting with each other through sailing. It really highlights a lot of the naval focus that they've been putting on in the last recent patches. But if you look at it closely, you realize this is very similar to a Pangea, where you can see like this giant landmass is one big Pangea continent that is carved up with shallow and deep water. And then you have distant land islands on the edges, just like in the Pangea and Islands map script. So it's functional for Civ 7. And it's similar to Pangea, where you can meet everyone in antiquity. There's no old world, new world. There's just homelands and distant lands. But it is very much based off of the Pangea map generation. So I think it's really cool. I think that's a great way to have a more naval map that isn't just like archipelago, where it's just like every tile is water. All right, so the capital now, I think we got to work on. There's a few things we work on. We could be getting merchants. I can be getting more settlers. I'm not going to unlock any settlement capacity soon. Let's just... Oh, it's 1 turn settlers, though. 43 production. That's so good. I really don't need merchants, though. I need boats. So this boat's going to come over here to this city-state. There's no fishing key down here. Actually, you know what? I realize my merchants are going to help me trade with Charlemagne down here, so I'm going to try that. All right, 50 influence. Let me go. Who has the highest culture per turn? It's Pachacuti. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to steal his government secrets for 40 influence. There we are. And that is going to help us spawn even more boats. All right, 140 gold, huh? I could buy a brickyard for production here. But I actually need to buy like a monument or something instead. All right, here's a trade route with Taruga. That's gonna make me culture. That's fantastic. All right, so the capital, I think the capital is where we're putting a lot of production. There's actually good culture in it though. I'm gonna move the llamas to our Adulus city. Ooh. Oh, dude, I need camels so bad. Oh, and there's crab food on warehouse buildings. I want to put my silk with the culture, though. Hang on. I think there's so much production in the capital that I think it's actually doing pretty good on its own. So, and I want to start prioritizing my secondary city. So I'm going to throw all this production into my secondary city. We'll put the capital, we'll get the culture, the food, and the food boost. So that this is now 27 production, because there's 20% extra culture here on top of the 2 culture and food, and there's crabs for food. This city gets so much more production, right? Because it's got production on these urban tiles now, so it's finally going to be able to build stuff quickly. And the capital doesn't need as much production because it has so much in it already. Sweet. What am I feeling about the map generation in general now? I think the map generation for the new map types, that is Pangaean Islands, Continents Islands, and now Shattered Seas, are great. They feel very Civ. They feel very unpredictable. I don't know where distant lands are going to be. I really, really love the feeling and exploration. Now, people in multiplayer will complain about this, but in single player, I love the fact when you sail into a deep ocean, you have no idea if there's going to be anything out there. Either your ship goes and you find distant lands and you're successful, or you go in, you find nothing but ocean, 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 and your ship dies like a failed Christopher Columbus. It's amazing. I love that. But that's the reason why they focus so hard on the old map scripting that was very cookie cutter, very defined vertical edges, very predictable for balance and play testing. I feel like the old map scripts were basically play testing maps, because I feel like Civ wasn't really in a place where it was fully ready to release yet when it released. And that's, of course, a personal opinion. A lot of people have that opinion, though. And I think the new map scripts, those first 3 primary map scripts, feel really good. Feel very, very good. In previous Civ and Forks games, I usually play on Pangaea or at most continents because I can't be bothered to deal with the naval gameplay. They've been doing a lot for naval gameplay to make it feel better. There's a whole era focused on it, and then also, of course, the harbors and the boats and yada, yada, yada. I mean, that's been like their focus. So I think I think you have that choice, right? You have that choice. Do you want to play on Pangaea or a Pangaea style water map? And I think that's a really big deal, because things like Archipelago have never done it for me. I never enjoyed Archipelago because there was just no land. You couldn't really build your cities or your districts up. And especially in Civ 6, there was one water building, and that's the harbor. Or district, right? Now in Civ 7, you have so many different types of water buildings, and you can expand and expand and expand into the water, and it's actually beneficial to do so, even if it's a one-tile island. So I think it's interesting. You don't play multiplayer, so you tend to prefer more chaotic and unpredictable maps. I think that's how the majority of Civ players are. So it's they juggle a lot of hats, right, when you're designing the game. But I think picking and choosing is interesting. But it was definitely a strong playtesting map to be able to figure out. I know I'll always hit distant lands if I go in the ocean, which means I can playtest how the mechanics feel and the speed and yada yada yada. So I see why they went that way. All right, so Assyrian, Persia, I'm going to just ignore him. I'm saving all my influence for spying. People are not going to like me, and that's okay. They actually are still sending me things anyways. So military, city-state. Oh, the +1 settlement is gone. Flatbow, Marca, Fairdort, unique land units. All right, let me just go for +1... war support and call it a day, but I'll be able to send a boat over here. Yeah, it looks like someone else has military. Someone else looked at settlement limit. Looks like Persia might have, because there's a militaristic independent power right there. Oh, and he's up here. Interesting. I think this map's going to be very interesting in multiplayer because there's very clearly defined areas where like this island is obviously mine. If you come forward, settle my island, like that, dude, really? So I think that's really funny. Let's get a monument built in this city, and I need to get this scout over on that other end. I do not know where distant lands are, and that's okay. So here's another merchant. Let me send them. I can't actually trade to Olympia. That's kind of crazy. Athenia is actually not a good trade route either. So there's... Samarkand's pretty good. I could trade them with a boat, though. So let me use my merchants for the land ones. Chichen Itza. There's water here I can get to. This settlement I can't get to. Actually, no, you can get to it. There's a river here. You can actually get inside. All right, I mean, all of these are. So we're just going to send this the most pressing places. This boat's already going here. Oh, Samarkand has camels. All right, yeah, we're going to go to Samarkand for camels. This boat's coming over here. Actually, I could probably just buy a boat. Or an espionage action might complete. So let me see if you can quickly... Yeah, there is a place to quickly look where your espionage is. So 7 turns steel tech, 5 turns for military infiltration, 1 turn we get steal government secret. All right, so we do get a free boat next turn. Uh-oh. All right, and then this commander is going to come up here and fight this guy for promotions. Let me actually quickly buy like a slinger so that we can send at least 1 range unit with them. All right, wonder being built. A scout was killed. Aww. Yeah, unfortunately he stepped too far. All right, there's the free boat we just got. Or actually, here's the free boat. Oh, that's perfectly placed. Oh man, amazing. All right, the capital now needs to continue to grow on specifically water tiles. They're so strong, those water tiles. While this settlement's going to grow for the flat wilt spam. Very nice. Hey, espionage reported. Spy remained hidden. Steel tech. And we stole bronze working. Hell yeah, dude. That's why we steal from the highest technology, because that means we'll get full free techs. Very nice. All right, so let's grab the market to finish up that quarter, as well as gold and resource slots. Let's get open borders here because this guy is kind of stuck. There's another IP over here. I definitely need a lot more influence. All right, that boat's going to be stationed here. Actually, these boats should leave, get the trade route, and then come back to be stationed, huh? All right, with bronze working action, I would fully upgrade these units too, and then send them out. I also actually do want to grab a quick settler. go settle out this way. Maybe this settlement goes actually a tile. Oh, no, it has to go here. That's going to be a very late settle, though. Settle, settle, settle. We'll settle up this entire island. Let me see if I can get a trader out to Olympia. I didn't see why we couldn't trade with that settlement before. Olympia, out of range. Why is Olympia out of range, I wonder? All right, so here's our unique boat. Stepping in here, getting a trade route. Fantastic. Oh, that's really good. Economic point as well. Giving us gold on all of our city halls. And another codex. We'll get open borders. Actually, have I looked at my codices? No. Okay, there we are. Oh, it looks like codex do automatically slot themselves now. When I built that library, my codex automatically moved into the library earlier, which is actually kind of a big deal. Hey, espionage report. Action succeeded. Spy revealed this time. But we suffer a 0 influence penalty. That's hilarious. When we gain vision of the commanders. Fantastic. That means I can come over here to Pachacuti, who has 1 commander. So we can see a couple of tiles here. That is a, that's a pretty little tile. What is that? Navigable river. Interesting. So that gives us vision, but more importantly, gives us a free boat. Nice. Who can then sail and get us a trade route, while this boat comes back and sits for our culture and influence. Interesting. Matra here, I'm going to go ahead and gold... I'm going to wait for this settlement to grow, and then I'm going to go buy a fishing key. This settlement needs to get as much production as possible. It looks like there's a brickyard... It needs food. It needs a lot of food. So I'm going to get to this good market tile. So let's start by building the brickyard here, because that's also culture, and then I'll get out this way. There's another clay available. I'm just going to slot it here for now while we get more resource slots. So I'm kind of waiting for the AI to incorporate city-states or to befriend them. Oh, shoot. Hang on. My computer's doing this thing again. What is happening? My stream didn't close, did it? Yeah, I am having a... It's a hardware thing. Hang on. Let me try closing a few things. I can hear it too. So I just installed my new RAM. Well, there goes my camera. Oh, okay. Hang on. It cleared up. All right, so I did install my new RAM. If anyone hasn't heard, I have had my RAM quit. I've been getting blue screen errors for a while now. And so I went ahead, I purchased new RAM. It is 32 gigabits, 2 sticks. DDR 4000. However, it's not overclocked. If anyone knows a lot about RAM and upgrades, let me know. But I was having trouble trying to set up the faster overclock speeds, the advertised speeds, because I also need to upgrade the BIOS on my motherboard. But I was trying to see if my computer could just be fine and be stable. But that's looking like I need to try to figure out more issues if it's going to be like that. Let me see if I can just... I'm running music on Spotify, so I have better control. But let me just turn on the in-game music instead. And let me see if that's better. Do I need computer help? I might. I do... It's... technical help, maybe. I already have... I actually bought 4 sticks of RAM. I've only installed 2 of them because I think I was having issues in slotting RAM into the 3rd slot, into one of the slots, because it was it basically wouldn't start if I tried to slot it there. So I think it's like actually broken, which is unfortunate and really sucks. But I need to figure out what to do. Hit you up on Discord? All right. Doing it for 18 years? Hell yeah, Bob. I absolutely will be hitting you up then. Because I do know a lot when it comes to computers, but sometimes, man, sometimes it takes time to figure things out. And sometimes you don't have time to figure it out. And sometimes you don't have time to make a mistake. So I'll definitely be hitting you up. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's better. I probably will have to... I wanted to be able to install all 64 gigs at least, so I can run, because the problem is you got to run Civ, but you also got to run OBS, and you also got to run your Chrome tabs for like pulling up Tiltify and all your different things that you're showing off. But you also have Discord, and then I have all my satellite, my peripheral programs. So I have my Stream Deck, I have my OBS. There's so much RAM that you need, and which is why I had such an issue the past year when I was trying to stream brand new games like Anno 1800 and Civ 7 with faulty RAM, which means I just had to lower all of my settings really down, which I might do that just for the sake of CivGive, just to have low quality on, just for the sake of stability. But yeah, if I can figure out my RAM issue. This stream itself is a test, by the way. This is my first stream with a new RAM. Movie and TV editing stuff? Yes, Bob, but most of that requires me to remote into someone else's machine. So the actual specs on my machine don't matter that much as long as I have a decent internet connection, which I finally do. Because that was another thing that was really, really annoying, was that I had really bad bottlenecked internet as soon as I moved back to Pennsylvania. I don't know what happened. But when I moved back to Pennsylvania, I could not get my gigabit speed internet anymore. And I was living in it's an apartment, but it's basically an apartment above my mom's garage for a short period of time. So I thought that was the problem. Then I moved to another apartment. This still had the internet issue, but also Pennsylvania is way behind when it comes to internet, and it's all still cable. It wasn't fiber. And so then I waited. Then fiber internet did get installed on my street. And I immediately got fiber internet installed. And that helped a little bit, but I could still only get about... Before fiber, it was like 15 to 20 megabit down. After fiber, it was only 50 megabits down and up, which is good enough for streaming. But I was paying for gigabit, which is crazy. Anyways, I just did a clean Windows install on this machine to remove all the background programs, so many things I've installed over the past 4 years, things that were pre-installed because it was technically a pre-built because you couldn't get the parts during 21, back when I tried to make this. And then, anyways, something I was doing I meant to do for a long time, but putting off for a very long time, finally did it, and then my machine died. Because I couldn't reinstall Windows with the faulty RAM, which I then figured out it was also definitely a RAM issue. So now I have new RAM, but there's also a million other issues that I'm trying to figure out. So definitely things I could talk about. But doing that clean Windows install, whatever it did, I removed what was bottlenecking my internet. So I do finally actually have gigabit speed internet up and down, which is fantastic for stream stability, for sure. and for uploading YouTube content and doing pretty much anything that I want to do, re-downloading games, all those things. So we're going the right direction, but there's a couple things I still need to sort out. If you only have 2 to 3 RAM sticks installed, different motherboards have different patterns for which slots you're supposed to put them in. Yes. So it prefers slots 1 and 3, so I do have the offset. They're not like in 1, 1, and 2. However, I tried so much testing with pulling RAM slots in and out and trying to be really careful. But now whenever I put a RAM slot into slot 3, the computer won't boot up. And then it does like the beeping, and then it's like, all right, cool. And that took a while to figure out. But now I have them in slots 2 and 4, even though it prefers 1 and 3. But I prefer to have 4 RAM sticks, so I have 64 gigabits. Because even right now, I'll show you my task manager and show you my memory. Like it's at 46%, and I had closed a bunch of programs just now, so which is fine, but that's closer to 60 or something when I have Chrome tabs and Spotify and other things running. Yeah, and then I also have a NZXT cam to help me kind of figure out different things. If you see my specs, here we are. G-Skill 4000, but it's only running at 1300 megahertz instead of the advertised 4000. So I need to go in the BIOS and overclock it, but when I try that, it doesn't start. So there's a lot we're trying to figure out. We'll talk on Discord here after stream, guys. But I appreciate it. We'll do a Discord. We'll do a Discord screen or Discord call and screen share, and maybe we can figure some things out. And I appreciate it. You remember the first connection being 1 megabit down and up, and it was crazy fast blazing? Yeah, and I understand. Gigabit is way more than you actually need, but it'd be nice. All right, hey, thanks, Bob, for sure. Specializing in workstation networks for a long time. That is really good to hear. All right, I'm going to take out Charismatic Leader and Survey. I want to run Oratory. It influences everything right now. Food and settlements is huge. And then Port Nations. Culture and gold on active trade routes is a big deal. Oh, hello. They actually came all the way down here to fight me. I don't like that. Well, I'm going to start buying Hawilts down here. And I hope that guy doesn't start pillaging things. Let's do a little bit of gold here so I can get my Hawilts built up. Navigation could be really good. Hagamaga Maui would also be very nice. It's not built yet. Maybe there's no Tonga in the game. Let's go to navigation for lighthouses. And I'm going to try to go Weiyang Palace for 6 influence is also a really big deal. Settlement limit also is really good. Yeah, let's go Weiyang Palace, and then I can go for my settlement limit. And let's get my garden up. And then I'll need my market ASAP. Let me actually go for the market first, because that means I can plug in my call-in. Okay, I can steal tech again. Let's go to Confucius and steal another technology. That's actually a nice thing. You actually don't need to prioritize science too heavily if you're also stealing technology. I'm gonna send this warrior back home. That town can grow next turn. I don't need to be fighting boats here. Let's just keep on moving. And this settler certainly wants to go up this direction. All right, this boat needs to come back home to station in a district to free up this boat. Just like this guy is. Oh, does the district include the city center? Because I need boats to be able to spawn in the harbors. Ah, there's pillaging. Gosh dang it. They went all the way around the mountains to come after me. What the heck? I'm gonna start deploying these units. All right, there we go. All right, sweet. This town can grow again. So we got another Hawilt. So we're getting really good culture over here. Fantastic. I want to get over to the fish. There's actually one more Hawilt tile we can grab, but let me go also. The granary itself should be boosting. Oh, farms, pastures, and plantations. Does that not boost my Hawilts? That used to boost Hawilts. Or am I thinking about town focuses? Oh, that's why. It does boost the Hawilt, but I only have one Hawilt on a flat tile, which means there's only one farm here. The rest of these are tropical, vegetated tiles. So I actually need this, the brickyard or the saw pit. Or both. Brickyard gives me 3 production. Because there's a clay pit here. I guess you're getting a brickyard. Yeah, that boosts that production and that production. Very good. All right, and then soon I'll be able to set this to a food town and send food back. I probably can do that just now, actually. Let's go ahead and do a mining town. Because these Hawilts are also given production. Yeah, look, production. Mining town. That's going to be an additional +2 production. So 2, 4, 6, 8 production per turn. Or 8 gold per turn. And the food is now being sent home, which is great. This settler needs to go out this way. I can't trade here. Maybe I need a fishing key to send water trade outs. Actually, I don't know how that works. Oh, this is why we're getting raided. Shengel has a scout all the way down here. So he has vision of my cities. So they're just coming down, starting a raid. If I see a commander, that usually means someone incited a raid, but doesn't mean that specifically. All right, let's get rid of this guy. We're gonna get some experience on our commander too. Accept a farmer's market instead of supporting. We'll get another food boost here. Drama and poetry for a little bit of culture as well. Let me try to buy that fishing key. Can you trade now? No, you can't. Trade lens. I guess he needs to have a fishing key for me to trade here. I guess I don't know how trade routes actually work. So I can go to Chan Chan down this way, and then you're coming over here.
After the assembly gathered.
Oh, hospitality. 3 culture. Never becoming Susan of a city-state. That's gonna scale incredibly well, so I'll run that. Capital needs to keep on getting the fishing boats online. And then our secondary city, again, we're going for Hawilts, so come over here, buy another Hawilt. 60 gold. So much culture, dude. Dude, I freaking love Axum. Like, so much. Oh, let's go organize military. I forgot about the Mausoleum of Theodoric. Specifically for Iceland. I want the barracks, but I need to keep that tile for the academy. Oh, right. I got wonders to build. Hayden Gardens is still here? That's crazy. Let me go for Colossus. Economic attribute point, 3 resource capacity in the settlement. That's actually really good, dude. I can also put it next to some districts. So I can put it here next to my garden and market. Clay does not transition the era. Clay actually disappears on era transition. So there might be actually a district I can build here next era. Oh, you know what? That means that the academy here is not really worth it anymore. Instead, we could figure out how to put like maybe a wonder on this roof tile. Let me see. That could be the mausoleum needs to go here. Maybe build the burst so no one else can. Waingham Palace needs to go on grassland. Great Library! I forgot about the Great Library is brand new! Okay, I'm gonna try to build that just for the sake of building it. The Great Library provides 1 science on science buildings across your entire empire and has 3 codex slots. That is actually incredibly good. Holy cow. And it needs to be placed on adjacent to a district. All right, cool. So let me go for barracks. Oh man, barracks and then Great Library here. I could also build a bath for food. Now let's just get the barracks down. We'll build a Great Library here. Colossus will be great. All right, I need to run the Colin in Andalus. I need to run the Clay back in the capital. And I'm gonna take out llamas. I'm gonna run cotton. I like the food in this town down here. Please don't pillage my stuff. All right, we'll take some hits here. There's the promotion. That gives me the +1. The Zeal promotion gave me 5% to yield, so I can station that in a capital. To help my yield a lot, actually. Like a ton. Alright, we'll take out that unit. I also need to kill that scout. Let's get open borders over here with Pachacuti. Oh, he actually let me in. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and look at steal government secrets in 2 turns, steal tech. So I can do the vision one next. Just generating free boats is great. So I'm gonna spy on Persia. There. And I do have 200 gold.
Those who delight
Sun Tzu tactics. All right. So we are moving through our eras pretty decently. Let me fix this Hawilt. I'm gonna grow to this tile. Let me get another Hawilt. Oh yeah, our culture's gonna be insane. The thing about the Hawilts is that they're completely ageless too, which means they'll just continue to give and give and give. We stole government secrets from Pachacuti. We have more culture than him, so we received 102 culture, which is actually pretty decent. Let me go ahead and re-spy on him again. Because, oh, Charlemagne's the highest culture. No, Confucius is the highest culture. So I'm going to steal tech and culture from Confucius. All right, there's the barracks built. Let me go ahead and look at wonders again. Was the Great Library already built? Where is the Great Library? Mathematics. All right, that's actually a great... The mathematics mastery. That's a great place to put it. I really like that. I actually do enjoy that. Let me actually one turn a settler. So I do need to keep on settling. But the Colossus... The Colossus will be a fun wonder for us to grab. And I could totally grab the Emily Bell here or Oracle. Alright, we got a Market Garden up. We actually get a library, though. Oh, sweet. I got a trade route with here with Chichen Itza. Getting us more resources. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I definitely want settlements just for the sake of getting the resource capacity. How both my cities work on a settler. That'll also get us up to the first legacy point. Man, there's so much information on the screen. It's so hard to even have me... Let me see if I can do this one. That's still not helpful. Alright, this guy has done his job. He needs to come home. This is a free boat, so you need to go out and go trade. And then I want that 5% yield. Oh. Hang on. I need to go actually defend this settlement when this guy goes. Oops. I should probably befriend Shengel, because I don't want them raiding me. It's actually really annoying. We're gonna pack up, we're gonna go this way. Patch a cutie indeed. Alright, capital continues to grow. Let's grab the science and happiness tile and also just grow out the rest. Keep on getting... Oh man, the Hawilts, dude. The Hawilts scale so well. So this is definitely one of those games where I'm in the middle. Definitely in the middle. Make a trade route. Wait. Oh, this guy can make a trade route. Okay, he needs to come back. This guy can come home. Settler. Go here on that tile. I could also grab a settlement right over here, because that's actually relatively defendable. Don't need open markets. Organized military. So Mausoleum at Theodoric is available to build now. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go entertainment for one more settlement capacity. And my scouts are going to auto-explore at this point. I think they're doing just fine. You can settle here, grab a wine for us. Hell yeah, dude. All right, and that could also run the rubies and llamas here. And the crisis begins. Alrighty. It's the happiness crisis, the revolt. So I do need to be careful about over-settling. However, I've been really liking the revolt crisis. The happiness penalty and settlements rebelling is rough, but it actually gives you the ability to gold buy villas and towns, which actually becomes influence and exploration era, as well as more happiness. And that's actually kind of a good buff. Not just the free cities you get from AI, but like in multiplayer especially, getting extra influence is actually kind of decent. Also, we're gonna run the policy, the crisis policies. Negative happiness for settlements without unfilled resource slots. We have a lot of resources, and -3 happiness in settlements you did not found. We're not at war, so at the moment it's actually not that bad to us at all. All right, Colossus and Mausoleum. Actually, I do need to prioritize Mausoleum first, because that tends to go very quickly. Colossus is more just fun for me right now.
Remain ships at a distance.
All right, we can grow our city. Keep grabbing fishing boats. Research collaboration I don't need. Get all 3 of our espionage actions happening. Sweet. Let's go for mastery to navigation, gives us food on food buildings, which is actually pretty decent. As well as the codex and the great library I might want to look into building. Chan's going to give us a resource. Macha's going to get a little bit of food on warehouse buildings. But yeah, that's what I mean. Gold buying villas in towns now. That's actually decent. All right, this settler is actually come down here to settle on this landmass because there's mangoes, there's rubies, there's pearls. I actually really like that. And then we're gonna deploy this way. 92 influence. I'm gonna go ahead and befriend. Oh, it looks like Charlemagne's finally befriending this scientific city-state, so I'll be able to actually send a trade route to them as soon as they become online. Shangela I actually will befriend because I just don't want to deal with these ratings. And who's going to be our enemy next era? Like, who are we rating? Probably everyone, right? Yeah, just everyone. Let's grab some reefs. Focus fire here. I need to bring my chariot in. And I need this guy to sit on a district to get culture and influence from it. Let's go to our yield breakdown. Income, resource out. Oh, there it is. Hakimid Tawan and the influence. Yeah, so we are getting culture and influence from city center boats. Good. Oh, dude, we're at 700 gold right now. Holy heck. Oh, please kill that scout. Get rid of him. That archer's coming in. That's too funny. Let's grab a free codex. Very nice. We'll plug that into onto lists. We got 5 codices. I need more codex slots. Some more libraries will be necessary. Let's get the engineering up to mathematics. Go leadership into assault here. All right, so we stole tech. And we got 252 science from it. Nice. All right, this settlement, I actually want to start building wonder. Ooh, boy, Hagamawa Maui's ready. Great lighthouse is available. Receive free merchant constructed. 15 naval trade out range in all settlements and 1 site to all naval units. Yeah, we'll build a great lighthouse. That's gonna be really good for us. These abilities for these boats to go out and just go get a trade route, come back, and then continue to give us yield, even outside of war, is actually being really good. Pachacuti has 90 science. That's crazy, dude. Oh, we lost a wonder. Ah, it's the Colossus. That's okay. I didn't want it. I didn't actually want it that bad. 2 happiness in all settlements during a crisis is actually huge. I'll even take out oratory for that. 10 happiness is a big deal. And then I also can continue grabbing good stuff over here. Keep buying those Howilts. Very nice. So this settlement could actually focus if I wanted it to. It has a 4 food granary. That's really good. And I'll get a brickyard with it as well. 700 gold. Yeah, I'm just throwing gold into these settlements now. So let me grab a fishing key. And a harbor. Very nice. This settlement could totally be an urban center because it has access to pretty dang good stuff. It could have a really good market. It could have a very good monument. A very good monument. Could also have a good library. Also a good altar. And a villa there, probably. I have so many resources, I need so many more resource slots. Espionage updated. Espionage reported military infiltration was completed. Gain vision of the commanders. So I can see where Xerxes' commanders are. That gives us a little bit of vision on the map, too. Not terrible. All right, now we can go ahead and run a little bit of extra. Oh, I didn't actually finish the Axum culture tree, I just realized. Culture and happiness buildings, getting a culture adjacent with the wealth, throne of fathers, 50% gold in cities adjacent to coast. Gain a free merchant. Oh, culture on resources adjacent to the coast. Dude, I totally... All right, we didn't bet the best Axum game, but I forgot. I'm sorry. All right, add some resource capacity over here. Oh, hang on. Run tons of cultural road and Axum. Very nice. This might just be a 2-city setup. All right, this boat also can do a trade route. Station our boats. Very good. I think there might be actually distant lands in the center of this this map. That actually would be really good for us. Oh, the Mausoleum of Theodoric. Dude, the AI don't rush us nearly as fast as they used to. I'm very surprised we were able to build this. I really like when they shuffle things up. I really enjoy when they shuffle things up in the game. I want to keep getting the food bonuses because Hawilts are just so good. And then I'm going to run Oratory for more influence again. We have a militaristic policy. Nice. I think we can get the free war support. Oh, dude, levying city-state units means levying boats. Maybe that was actually the way to go. Colosseum, Oracle. I need to save that tile for Great Library. I need... Oh, I could totally get so many things around here. So we're going for 3 points to military here. Oh, I need codex slots. So we have 2 libraries, eh? I need another library. Which means maybe I need another city. I can make that an urban center now, or I can make Klo an urban center, or I can make it a city. I want it to keep growing. You know what? Oh, this was supposed to be just a town. But... Oops. Why not make it a city? You can get a library, you can get a monument. You can get even more Hewilts over here. Screw it, let's make it a city. And I can build a wonder next to this library as well. So let's go ahead and get the Oracle. And this is now a city too. So I'll show just my cities first. And I want to focus on the food in there. Run Jade instead. Oh, there's that Colossus. That looks really good. Check it out with the Samarkand. Camels, hell yeah. Just in time. Oh, I have so much stuff I want to run up here. Oh, shoot. That finished the goal, the legacy point. We had 10 turns left. All right. All right, that's fine. That actually rushed through the era. Economic path complete. Science, we can go up. Military, we can go up. Culture, I'm going to build wonders immediately. Like, there's, what, 2 wonders finishing? I'm working on 2 wonders right now. I got gold by... I'm going to go buy this monument. We got more policy slots. So, let's reduce... Oh, I have so much influence. We'll run the -6 influence just because we're generating so much. Just from having our boats back, I think we'll be fine. Oh, I do need improved trade relations with Confucius to be able to set up this trade route. Let me go back to the trade lens. There's only cotton here. That's crazy. I'll come back home. So 10 turns left. Oh, I lost a wonder. No, I lost the Great Lighthouse at the last turn. Oh, I got 1 turn on a Great Lighthouse. Oh, that's so rough, dude. Well, cultural attribute will grab the production towards wonders. And the reef tile, grab. Oh, I definitely want to improve these tiles so I can get Hewilts around these Hewilts. How Among a Maui is available. Let me build that in the cap. Oh, I can't build it in the cap. Crazy. All right, we got another tradition to run. 2 cultural resources adjacent to the coast. $100 gold for the science. Let's grab the 100 gold. I want to send that into... I just need these Hewilts. Actually, this library I could finish. You can actually gold buy the rest of a production queue of a building, like a library here, so you can get more codices slotted. So in the next 9 turns, I need to get, what, 3 settlement points. We're not going to be able to finish every legacy path. It's abbreviated ages. But I can probably get 2 more wonders. Because I'm working on 2 wonders. Yeah, we'll get that in 3 turns. I need to look into what is our goal for next era. Do we want to have high science, high culture? Let me look at the unlocks and look at this new Iceland. They're unlocked by culture rating 5 times, but we have bypass civ unlocks on, so we can actually just get them. Send a merchant over here. Oh, that's a city-state we'll get a trade route with. So much good stuff, dude. Holy cow.
I set up here this throne and consecrate.
You might have gone a little bit crazy in exploration. Are you sending screenshots, Uli? Throne of Followers. We're running a lot of really good traditions here. Get the fishing boats online. 100 gold, 100 happiness. Let's run 100 gold. All right, cities. What are we working on? What do we want in next era? Probably as much influence as possible. Did I get that wonder? Oh. Oh, I did not. Did it even tell me that I lost that wonder? Pachacuti has 5 wonders. Jeez. I was building it right here. It didn't say anyone else built it. Did it? Built by another player. Gosh dang it. Okay. Well, I gotta transition that into a different wonder now, so we can build the... Not the Colosseum. Emily Bell gives influence. Bursa makes it so that no one else can build Bursa, and I'll be able to plunder trade routes like crazy. Oh, I really like that though. The influence on this on these guys. There's actually a codex here in literacy. Is that new? I don't remember that being there. Oh, let's improve trade relations with Pachacuti so I can send this trade route. Let's run tin in a town, as well as rubies for some gold per turn. Or actually, let's grab the cotton. I really like the food here. And all my towns are still happy. I haven't settled this new town, though. I definitely don't have influence to incorporate city-states. Taruga would be great to incorporate, but I've been using my influence in other places. I could probably buy a settler, and look, there's volcanoes here too, so you could technically go ahead and settle coastally over here really quickly. I'm gonna hold off on settling that guy first. Nice, Uli. So 172 culture. I would love to get my science up.
In the midst of the
Oh, the Emily Bell.
the light
Dude, that was 2 turns left. It just finished, even though it was 2 turns. That's hilarious. All right, let me actually quickly get some settlers out. Oh, he's settling there. Then maybe I can send them up this way or up here. I'll get 25 happiness. We'll go up to ivory. Definitely gonna grab these Hawilt tiles. You know, because those 2 Hawilts make that a +4 Hawilt now, which is crazy. Definitely want a garden somewhere. Wait, how many buildings give adjacencies to Hawilts? Culture and happiness buildings gain a +1 culture adjacency with the Hawilt. Then why does buying the garden generate culture? Wait, is that broken? No. Oh, gardens is a happiness building. Food and happiness building. That's interesting. Did not realize. That's actually really cool. So I'm gonna buy the villa here. I don't need this Hawilt. As long as there's a happiness building there, it's gonna help out these Hawilts. Sweet, we stole 200 culture as well. Diplomatic leader attribute, hell yeah. Let's get the increase to supporting or rejecting diplomatic actions. Or befriending city-states. That'll help us get city-states fast next era. While rejecting diplomatic actions will free... Both of these are going to just free up influence for us to do espionage. I'll do the befriending independence. Nolanda's available. Oh, that's crazy good. He has a codex. But that's 11 turns to build, so I can't. All right, I'm gonna think. I have to use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna quickly play an ad both on Twitch and YouTube just to make sure it disables pre-rolled ads for those that are joining the stream. I have a couple of turns left in Antiquity. We're gonna get this rest of this empire planned up and figure out exactly just how dang good Iceland starts can be. And yeah, we'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Playing the auto unlock playing as the Americans in the modern age by playing Iceland. Oh, interesting. That's odd. All right, I just want to make sure I get a little bit more food in the settlement. I'm gonna try to get my town specialized to get food into my cities. I'm gonna get these Hawilts going crazy. So Saba needs to go ahead and pick. What was it? I needed another urban center up this way. Because I want to be able to buy a library in this town. The market would be great. But I actually just need the library. Wait, you could double down, can't you? The Hawilt will double adjacency to the district because there's 2 happiness districts in there. That could actually be really good. Holy cow. I just realized how good that is. And what do we have? 7 turns left? So we'll be able to settle there. How much gold? Oh, no, I need to build them. All right, okay. 7 turns. So this guy has to go somewhere in 3 turns, though. This guy's not going to be able to build anything here, so instead I'm going to be looking at building out a villa for the influence next era. And then I know I tried to befriend these guys, but I might actually just have to kill them. There's 8 turns until becoming the suzerain. Yeah, they're not gonna... I'm just gonna get to kill them for the production boost instead. There we are. We built the Oracle as well. Hell yeah, dude. We need 3 codices, if possible. And I'm prioritizing improving tiles that can get Hawilt adjacent to other Hawilts. Like, so these production tiles cannot get them because they're mines, but this farm could totally get a Hawilt. But first, let me buy a settler. There it is, 340 for that. This guy can go ahead and run up this way. And then here we can also get more. I got another... Ooh, a wildcard attribute point would be huge here. And actually, I want to get the 25% towards civic masteries, because Iceland gets a bunch of stuff for civic masteries. Yeah, I need to actually go ahead and kill these guys, so... Relics. Oh, dude, what the heck? The heck was even that? All right, kill. And that would actually be 50 production, get this settler out right away. Bam. Next turn. And a promotion. Very good. I'm gonna go ahead and settle here as well. Now that is over resource capacity, that is fine. I do need to make sure that they are running some resources so they don't get the penalty. They actually go to positive as well. We'll take out the cotton here and we can run llamas here to help that town. Fantastic. And everyone's happy right now. Oh, and we got turtles. Hell yeah, dude. I freaking love turtles. Oh, 46 culture. Look at that. There's 4 culture per turn on the brickyard saw pit. Yeah, I think it is relics. Oh, shoot. I forgot to do the influence thing. 5 turns left. Steal government secrets takes 7 to 10 turns. Yeah, so we're done. We're done with espionage for now. Oh, we can get one more her wealth down. Sick. Oh, the Great Library we're not getting to. Oh, we're definitely not getting to that. Okay. Well, I'm sure one of these games I'll go for it. Coliseum's gonna go there instead. And this settler needs to go to that tile. Dude, the amount of resources we've been able to grab is absurd, though. Being in the center? Yeah, we're like in the center of the map, too. Alright, we unlocked academies. This is definitely not a Ageless Academies game, though. So... there's that. Let's go up to Future Civic, see what we can get to. Continue Crisis. Oh! We got a Chichen Itza. Isn't Chichen Itza like... Oh, it's all the way over here. Can I handle Chichen Itza? Oh, man. Settlement control. Alright, so this settlement all the way over here by Pachacuti. Pachacuti's like second... Oh, no, it's not. It has like 4 population. Holy cow, they're really rebelling hard. Settlement is going to give control to you or decline, but we get negative... If we decline, we get -1 happiness in all settlements and -1 influence until the end of the age. Oh, why did they penalize you for saying no? Oh, we just stole a bunch of science. Alright, let's run the Crisis. It's gonna be -10 happiness in the capital. Should be fine because we're building the Coliseum too. Man. Can my settlements take -5? Not really. I don't want Chichen Itza, dude. I really don't want Chichen Itza. 2 turns for that. We have 4 turns left. This settler is just fine. Like, I'm gonna hit my fealty regardless. I'm gonna decline it. I actually just don't feel like taking it in. I don't think I've ever declined a settlement before. That's kind of funny.
Inventor.
Production towards Dow or 25 gold. We'll take the instant gold because the air is about to end. So I can also go ahead and try to get a couple of specialists. I should get a specialist in my my city center, just because that's going to increase the science and culture adjacency to the 2 quarters I've built next to for the next era. Hawil can certainly go there. I should just keep gold buying Hawils too. How much until this town grows? 2 turns, great. Oh yeah, 4 turns left, we need 3 wonders. Ooh, I can build a Bursa. Do that. It's not worth getting any buildings here. That's going to lose their adjacencies anyways. So instead, what I want to do... Oh, I wish there's a product to focus on just food growth. That'd be fun. I could focus on science. Oh, military units. I can get a couple units to transfer. So let's just get a couple archers. You should be able to transition 6 units to exploration plus 4 for each commander. And I only have a couple of units anyways. 1, 2, 3, like the 4 units, and I can get up to 10, so. Yeah, there's definitely got to be something this way for me to go explore. I wish I just sent the boat down this way, but that's okay. I'm gonna go here. We can actually settle that tile this turn, and this guy can also settle next turn. These guys are gonna wait till the era though.
Skill.
Coinage 30. Ooh, gold for every imported resource. That's a lot of gold. All right, sweet. That's as much as I can get. Let's get this reef tile. This guy. Get 1 more Hawilt down. Very nice. This guy grows next turn, so I get that other Hawilt. Oh, I wish I could grab that tile. Technically could, actually. Oh, I wonder if these happiness buildings are considered happiness buildings in the next era for the Hawilt adjacency or not. Let's see. Let's build. I have 800 gold. Two turns left. Oh, we're not going to build the Bursa in time. Maybe if I buy a barracks. Saba could definitely buy a villa. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do to get my settlements to not be unhappy. I can buy villas. No, it's gonna be like -10 happiness. Hang on a second. When I settle these guys, I'll settle them next turn. One turn to the age. Yeah, Burst is not going to be done in time. The Colosseum will. We only need one more Codex? That's crazy. And then I'll grab this tile here so I can go ahead and buy a Hawilt. Adjacent to 3 others. And I can probably just buy an altar over here to boost these 2. Very nice. There's the 5 culture Hawilt is crazy, dude. Grab mangoes and specifically the happiness tile. So now is the turn. Let's go military training. Oh man, we're not gonna get another codex. Oh, isn't there a production towards wonders? Oh, even a wonder production. Oh, I have a wonder production influence thing. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. All right, I need more production and underless. Let's get another clay in there. Still 2 turns. Those settlers are waiting until next turn. I don't want the happiness debuff to hit this onto Liz. Oh, altar. Oh, I can't put that anywhere. It would give me what, 2 production maybe? Well, as long as no one else built it, then I'd actually feel just fine. I don't actually need it myself. Okay, we'll hit the next turn. And then this is gonna be the last turn of the era. I'll settle those settlements. There's the Colosseum. Oh man, look how close Bursa was being built. I wonder how much production's left there. It's like, that's nothing, dude. All right, we'll settle our last 2 settlements. These cute towns just hit fealty so that they'll be able to grow next era. And they, of course, have plenty of resources to plug in. So, bam, llamas. Not that this matters that much. Sweet. Now you can transition like what, 3,000 gold on the era? So I actually don't need to spend this gold. Oh wow, every town went unhappy. -3, -4, -3, -3, -9, -4, -2. But there's no turn rollover, so they can't rebel, because we did that on the very last turn. Get the Iceland civics pretty early so you can raid even better and faster. Absolutely agree with you. All right, also, how many boats do we have right now? We have 7... 7 drow. Unfortunately, those should not transition the era. We're playing on a regroup. And, yeah. All right. Sweet. That, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We got to fealty, the military path. We got the Elkanaga path completed. We got 2 milestones in culture and 2 milestones in science. We're actually incredibly close. We just needed 1 more codex, which was pretty funny. And we were just a couple production off of Bursa. I can absolutely use a little bit of gold, though. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I could use my gold. I don't need my gold to transition. Oh, wait. Or we could use our gold to just buy a whole bunch of boats at the top of the era. Oh, hang on. I will. Get at least one of those in the capital. I could totally gold buy villas in settlements to have a nice amount of influence right at the start. Oh, monuments too. At least buy a monument for sure. And these are the buildings I want to overbuild, so I'm not going to place them anywhere important. I'm not worried about adjacencies here. Villa is 400 gold for a villa. Like, this settlement is always going to be a town, but because of this crisis, I can buy a little bit of influence, 3 influence per turn for next era, which is not bad. All right, and the era transitions. Yeah, sorry, we spent our money, but it's okay. We'll have plenty of gold per turn on the top of the era. All right, here we are. Finally made it.
Strict gatekeeper.
Pretty dang good Axum game with both focusing on coastal and inland. Really, really good high adjacency Hawilt, giving me a crazy amount of culture. We are, of course, playing right into Iceland. This Iceland is going to be a fantastic civ for us. We gain 500 culture whenever you discover a natural wonder in distant lands. I don't remember seeing any natural wonders. Do you guys? Because I don't think we found any of them yet. So there probably should be plenty on the map. 500 culture sounds like a substantial amount, too. Gain a relic every time you study a civic mastery when completing your unique civic. That's fantastic. But missionaries cost more. So you don't get relics as easily from missionaries, but you get it from studying civics. So just high culture is all you need for the culture path. That's really good. We have a unique boat. It's a heavy naval unit. So this is actually not a privateer class. This is the cog class. Coastal rating grants science equal to 25% of the gold gained and has 3 sight. There's also, I know you can get culture from pillaging, from unique civics. There's also the great person. Can also be trained with settlements. They have bonuses. And then we have the Pikstard. I definitely said that wrong. Icelandic unique improvement for happiness, culture adjacency for wet, floodplains, volcano, and vegetated terrain. So keep an eye out for freshwater, rivers, volcanoes, and vegetation. Pretty much a lot of things. And it doesn't remove warehouse bonuses on a tile. So it's actually another unique improvement. You can get that from Rome, Edward Teach, Isabella, or Jose Rizal. Interesting. All right, we're going to choose Iceland. Sadir.
From the rugged north, the Icelanders burst forth.
So we're going to be doing a lot of espionage, printing boats that are then, instead of going out and getting trade routes and coming back, they're just going to go out and pillage. We're going to have maybe one boat per settlement if we want. But for the most part, they're going out and pillaging like a crap ton. I didn't change my mementos, that's okay. Here's our unique tradition. Trading a naval unit grants culture equal to 25% of units' base costs. Oh, Uli, and you said that includes upgrading units, so that bug is still a part of the game. Upgrading units from tier 1 to tier 2 also gives you culture. That's how it actually works for everything in Civ 7. That means upgrading horses when you have that unique building that gives you culture for horses. That's crazy. All buildings gain culture and production adjacency from volcanoes and natural wonders. Natural wonders do not count twice. Oh, natural wonder volcanoes do not count twice. Great. 25% gold towards purchasing and repairs. That's actually really nice. It means repairing those districts will be easy. Cultural rating grants culture equal to 50% of the gold gained. Oh, man. And increased healing for naval units outside of enemy friendly territory is really good. You need to have get your boats to come back very quickly. But then here's all of our Hawilts that are still incredible. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so these out-of-era buildings are not counting towards adjacency to this Hawilt anymore. That's actually really good to know. Exploration era has begun, and we officially have some Icelandic music. Oh, that's amazing. If you're just jumping in, if you're scrolling through the VOD on YouTube, welcome in. We have had an incredible game with the Axum. Very, very coastal, so we have a lot of traditions that are going to benefit us from culture and gold for being on the coast, but also have a lot of inland Hawilts for a crazy crazy high culture game, so we can hit those unique civics very quickly. I'm going to start with my diplomatic point. That's going to, I think, we're immediately go into military sabotage action. Would be great. Let's gonna run down that way. I'm gonna get some city-states on my side, surely. And then we want to... Can I levy city-state boats? I could be producing boats, like hard-building boats, or I could just be levying boats. That actually sounds amazing. Hang on a second. So much war gonna pop off. So building units or levying city-state units from very far away. Like, you know, you could go ahead and come over here. There's actually independent power. They are diplomatic. They actually will open up even more espionage actions for us too. I think I actually really like the idea of levying city-state units. But that leads us towards the garrison commander. Oh, this leads us to settlement limit. Free commander promotions. Oh. Let me, I know this will be decent. Let me actually try this. I want to play around with this and go this way towards the free commander promotion. Get the government that gives bonuses building navy. One turn ship. Yeah, so monarchy for sure. We're going to grab fealty for our 2 extra settlement limit. Let's grab the, let's see, culture for every 5 exodus, happiness for settlements you founded. Interesting. Or wondrous heritage. I don't have enough. I might just go 2 diplomatic points here. Bam, bam. Master Carabiner, 55 gold per turn for having 5 gold per trade route, and antiquity is actually a big deal. We'll also grab an economic attribute point. The antiquity codexes could be cool, but that's only 9 science per turn. I could also instead just grab some scientific attribute points, so I'm gonna grab that. I think a couple of these are a little bit weak. I think some of these legacies need to be buffed a little bit. And we have a wildcard point. I think we're gonna grab that militaristic point, so I can actually play around even more. It's possible for us to go move our capital as well to Cloer Andalus. Axum is so strong, though. The question is that there are a bunch of wonders we want to build. So the 39 production here. Onderlist has 27 production. I would love to move my capital, just have a capital renamed. Oh, but there's so much stuff going on over here that I want to see. I think we'll just leave Axum as our capital. It'd be cool to rename it regardless. I could also just move my towns back to urban centers. No, I want production. I want boats out here and here. So... is there any benefit to moving my capital? Oh, the palace gives resource capacity, I think. Wow, we have no resources anymore. I really like my capital. We're gonna keep the capital as is. Confirm legacies. Actually, what is the... I could actually just manually rename this. Was it Reykjavik? Uli? What's the capital of Iceland in your game? Oh yeah, here's our boats. One turning boats. Let's see. I'm gonna make this a city here. It's only 100 gold. Oh, Skaholt. Just for the sake of having some fun here, Skaholt. Or sorry, Skaholt. And then feudal monarchy, production towards naval units, and food. Just huge boosts here. Technology-wise, I'm gonna go straight for a fleet commander. I'd love to get that. And we're gonna go to piety to get our religion online. Social policies, I can run the Throne of Followers, gold for cities on the coast, and 2 culture for resources on or adjacent to the coast. So 152 culture is a crazy amount of culture to have at the start of the era. I'm also gonna run military sabotage, espionage action. And then I can run extra influence here, 6 influence per turn. It's actually very nice. Economically, we'll go for gold for civic masteries, because I know I'm going to do a lot of those. Militarily, I'm going to go down to garrison commanders, because I'm trying to go for the free promotion. And scientifically, we go palace. And I want to hit production on buildings, too. So I can move to producing boats again very quickly. Stone cutter. I'm going to go ahead and place... Oh yeah, definitely keeping the capital in place with my districts was for the right idea here. We're also going to go ahead and replace the altar there. And now we have resource capacity. So bam, bam. How do I only have 3 resources? Where did all my resources go? Wait, fish are gone. Clay is gone. Jade is still here. Oh my god, were all of my resources... The clay here is gone. Why is fish gone? Oh, dude, resources... I love when resources change effect for each era. Becoming stronger or weaker. I hate when they are... Or when they change. I like that hide becomes... or wild game becomes hides. Or furs. Right, hides... Yeah. Hides becomes furs in exploration. So it's still the hunting, but it shows like the big fur trade of the colonial era, which is really cool. But when a resource completely disappears, I hate that. I hate that there's no replacement for clay here. Because that was my... I had planned my half of my cities based off of the adjacencies that were there. Oh, here's my free boat. All right. Cool. Now, espionage, I'm going to start right away. So we have a bunch in the list here. Confucius has the highest culture return, so we're going to steal his government secrets. And the highest culture or science is also him, so I'll steal his tech as well. That'll print 2 boats for us in 10 turns. That is not a ton, but it is something that is just there and it's free, so. And then there's also city-states I'm gonna have to try to bring back into the fold. We have Damascus, Kyiv, we got Expansionist, we got Venice. Interesting. And then, of course, our unique Icelandic civics. We'll probably go for these right after we get a religion. I still like having first choice of religions. Oh, shoot. Rough seas. Yeah. That's still a thing. All right, let's go ahead and try to find if there's anything out this way, though. Oh, hang on. I have a ton of gold. That's turn 3 already. Let's go for a quick... Oh, we could do a quick production for naval for 5 turns. And then we'll just get a couple more boats out very quickly in my 2 cities. I also want to go ahead and go back to Clo. I'm going to make this an urban center. This will reduce the gold and happiness maintenance of all these buildings without actually having to replace them. And then I can just focus on all these yields here. I'll be able to replace a couple of them as well. But I'll be able to do that later on. For the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and buy a production warehouse building here. Grab this shipwreck here. Culture or production? Let's actually grab the culture boost because that helps me with my religion. And I would love to run overbuilding so I can overbuild buildings really fast. Yeah, it looks like there's land here. Is that distant lands? It is distant lands. Oh my god, it's distant lands. It's right here, the center of the map. All right, so the big thing I said that I was worried about in terms of spawning in the center of the map. Oh, hello, Uli. And not having... Oh, it looks like you did the... Looks like you have a nice... But this looks like a continents and islands map. The thing I was worried about in terms of not having distant lands in the middle of the map, it looks like there is possibilities to still get that, which is really cool. Alrighty. Oh, there's also the espionage for counter spy. Oh, that's not espionage. All right. So, Lake of Icelandic civics will get relic every time you study a civic mastery. Oh, huge. We also get the policy training. A naval unit provides culture. Oh, we absolutely need that. Hang on a second. You're excited to try the new map? Absolutely. Yeah, me too. I'm also going to gold buy a temple to get our religion. I'm not going to buy it in our capital, though. You'll notice this is 560 gold. That is because there's a bunch of production scaling from all the buildings that are in here. But if we look at this town, it's only 440 because there's no buildings that are non-warehouse buildings in there. So there's no production scaling happening. So I can buy the temple. Oh, but I don't have any tiles that I want to put it on. Oh, actually, no. I can put it here on the clay pit. And it's a happiness building, which will give adjacency to these Hawilts back. There we go. Oh, it didn't. Huh? Culture for adjacent wonders and other Hawilts. Oh, that was a policy that was running that. That was a specific ability that gave culture to happiness buildings. That's not ageless. Okay. Not that part's not ageless. Thank you. All right, we're gonna found a religion. I'm gonna say this is, of course, we are raising money for CivGive. The fundraiser, we're at 12 miles for the CivGive run, by the way. But we're gonna run Nerds for Kids here. And then we're gonna pillage for him, okay? All right. So we're gonna get relics just by studying civics, eh? So I think the choice here for missionary spreading isn't nearly as big a deal. 2 relics for the first time conversion of any settlement with a natural wonder. I do want to go settle natural wonders. And that means my own settlements as well. 2 relics for the first time converting of a settlement with at least 3 specialists. I can convert my own cities. 1 relic for your first time converting of your own cities. So I might do some missionaries only on my own empire, but not worry about spreading my religion too much. Because what belief do we want to pair this with? Because we're not going to be spreading our religion that far. Oh, influence. Influence for every navigable river tile in your foreign settlements that fall under your religion. Interesting. Do we just go tithe? Oh, influence. 2 influence for every foreign settlement following your religion, or 1 influence for settlements your own settlements following your religion. I actually really like that. You can also get a saga hero. When you coastal rage, you spread your religion. Oh, dude, that's sick. That's sick, dude. All right, we're gonna get the influence one. And we're gonna get relics whenever we convert. Oh, dude, raiding holy cities. Raiding holy cities gives you 2 relics. There's also settlements with wonders, and I know Pachacuti has a bunch, so I can go raid. I could go raid Pachacuti specifically because he has what wonder there. He's got a wonder here. That's both Bach. Chan. Oh, Chan was killed. Okay. Now I gotta do this all over again. Where are the Oh, dude, if you just spread a religion by raiding 1 tile of a capital on the edge of a capital, that would be actually really easy. Let's try that. Run nerds for kids. Bam. Confirm. Add a belief. I get 2 relics for conversion of a capital, and we'll get influence increases for following whether it's our settlement or someone else's. We got double influence, and now we have a holy city. Fantastic. Dude, that's OP. That sounds really good, dude. Buy out a harbor. This town could totally focus again. We're gonna go back to getting the mining town back, right? Yeah. Sending food back. Getting production on all these Hawilts. None of these ocean tiles are really that important to improve anymore. This town will focus here soon. Actually, I could just go ahead and immediately buy it a harbor. Because I want places to park my boats, and then this settlement can also just go ahead and get the... What are your Hawilts doing? Food, production. This belongs down here. So there's 3 production tiles here. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this to a mining town. Get a little bit more gold per turn. This is gonna be an urban center. And this town needs to actually just start growing. All right, we have 700 gold. So I'm gonna start throwing that into settlements like Clover here. So I'm gonna grab a temple, and then we'll save for the bazaar next. So at what point do we want to try to go for war? Probably as soon as we can, right? And then who do we want to mess with? I guess everyone, right? War. All right, we can befriend independent powers. I want to make sure that we don't get messed with by someone else befriending Damascus. We also have another settlement limit, by the way. Oh, which means settling over here probably right away. Oh, I can get my admiral. Amazing. I'm immediately gonna go ahead and purchase my fleet commander for 240 gold. And then this army commander is gonna be stationed in the capital, giving a little boost to production. Get production on the Colosseum. Amazing. I want to rush towards cartography so we can be the early Viking settlers, right? Oh, Pacha Cutie is the super juicy one. That's probably who I want to mess with the most. Well, I probably do need to get an ally this game. Shipbuilding all hell unleashes? Oh, I'm sure. Oh, so this guy already has a unit. Nice. So here's our distant land. There's treasure resources. Fantastic. Observatories are going to be the immediate priority. Yeah, so this tile that used to have 3 adjacency now only has 1. Oh, that's absurd. Our influences game is great, though. And also befriend more independent powers.
With law,
Naval units give you culture. Run that card. I guess I sent my commanders inland to this distant land. Oh, Napoleon's over here. But I want to go raid.
Je suis Napoléon. Sur cette terre pour déterminer le sort du...
So I'm going to send my commander down this way. I'm going to start getting boats. I'm going to get a whole bunch of Vikings down here. Civic-wise, I can go for our first mastery. Summons with a kin get 2 gold on their Pishkar. Buildings gain culture. And production agency to volcanoes. Oh, naval units can culture raid within 2 tiles. This one distant land island is actually really hilarious because theoretically you would have so many people rushing for the King of the Hill spot. That's so cool. Let's grab the science boost because I have a lot less science. And then happiness for someone's following religion or 62 culture. I'll go get the 62 culture up front. I should take that instead. And then we'll do another food boost. We have plenty of happiness right now. It's actually really nice. And then we get... Oh, there's a wonder that gives 200 gold every time you obtain a great work. That's sick. Oh, absolutely going for that. And then we're buying, oh, we're buying Viking boats and getting culture for it. That's crazy good. Buy a harbor key, fish boat, Viking culture. So now I got 4 Viking boats right on Charlemagne's land. I guess the open question is whether or not you you raid someone that is actually just like homelands, like really adjacent to you, or you go distantly so that they can't retaliate nearly as much. Oh, also I have no one denounced. Xerxes doesn't like me. I could totally go after him after a quick denouncement. Oh, he's sending me trade routes too. Oh, right. You want to be, you still need trade allies. So I think my Vikings need to go out this way to people that I can't exactly trade with. Oh, he's sending me trade routes. All right, how are we gonna settle this distant land island? I guess you could consume the entire island with 1 settlement. Or you could fit 2 on here, just for the sake of getting more points. You get the reefs if you settle the lower tile in addition to the second city? Yeah, there are reefs here. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. If you settle 2 settlements on this island, not only do you grab more reef tiles, but you also get more points towards the military policy. And you convert them to your own settlements. You own religion, you can get to your first point. I see the atolls too. All right. What do I do here? Do we just go straight out war immediately off the bat? I do need trade partners. Hang on, let me go buy a merchant. Or I guess look at the trade window. Confucius is really good. Pachacuti, well, yeah, I guess. Yes. Do we war everyone? I just feel like I lost all of my resources. I'll reset up with my city-states, of course. Charlemagne's and Normans. They're gonna be annoying. I guess it's very easy to defend against Confucius if he tries to invade. It's a lot easier for the Normans to sneak their units through here. I just want to go out to Pachacuti. Let's go out to Pachacuti. All right, they're cultivating against you. Culture equal to 50% of the gold gained. Let's go for another. Let's go for these civic masteries, eh? So we get relics. Oh hell yeah! We just stole a bunch of culture too, and printed boats. We stole machinery as well. All right, there's those free boats. We got a migrant here in the capital. I'm gonna buy a settler next turn to go here. Settle our island. All buildings gain culture and production adjacency from volcanoes and natural wonders. Interesting. All right, let me go buy that settler. Oh, he spawns over there. Sweet. There's Isabella. So actually, having native relationships with the distant land players is probably a good way to go too. It's master machinery for the production boost. Let's go for another civic. Coastal raid 1 movement when in distant lands. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you do want to go ahead and specifically go after distant lands. I'm still going to go after Pachacuti. He's just so juicy looking. Let's sabotage his military as well. And then I need to actually re-up my stealing tech and government secrets. All right, we're gonna up our merchants. Oh, you got privateers set up already. Please don't. Get out of here. So I think we're gonna have one fleet going out to Pachacuti and raiding, and then we might make another fleet to go after distant lands.
Let the rain fall according to season.
All right, so we're also getting gold every time we build a relic. That's sick. Damascus is ours, giving us access to gold and treasure resources, warehouses, buildings. 2 gold for every active trade out to every economic city-state you're Susan of. Actually, scales pretty dang good. Let me start with market right, though. Let me see, how much is another fleet commander? Only 4 turns? Okay, let's do that. This settler's coming out here. I'm gonna gold buy another settler once he gets out here. Culture, oh, influence, huge. I'm gonna get merchants back up here with Confucius. Oh, the 2 range on these boats too. So I want to get our relationship to hostile, so I don't have to deal with all the extra annoyances. Improve trade relations. Let's come in here to... Oh, they got a privateer on my land. That's annoying. I'll steal government secrets as well. Oh, he just straight up shooting me. Alright, got a big culture boost there. Let's get the raid card in. Depredation boats to distant lands. Yeah, that sounds incredible. So I want to give him 2 free war support. I'm just gonna have my boats come in here, get some free experience on my commander. There we are. Hell yeah. So what are we looking for in terms of, oh, logistics. Wait. Does this still not stack? Looting seems like the obvious answer here, because 50% yield and hit points from pillaging and coastal raiding within a commander radius. However, we already have the Mausoleum of Harkarnassus, so we already have 100% yield from raiding. My past tests, that gets capped at 100%. Like, you can't stack Mausoleum plus looting plus fascism. It doesn't stack, as far as I know. So I think it would be better if I just go for other abilities. Maneuver could be actually really good. Actually, no. It's either engagement for attacking boats or it's bombardment for attacking land units. There's still +1 range attack distance for naval units within the commander radius, and that includes these guys. Okay, that's actually really good. We're gonna hit a lot of land units. Let's go bombardment. Recommend range bombardment? Yeah, I think so too. Have 3 hospitals. Changing course. Feet stomp to the beat of a drum. The voices join in poetry. Saeed Al-Hara oversees festivities with her fleet commander returns with a group of people huddled together. 3 hospitals for a cultural attribute point. That is so late in the tech tree. 2 golden all settlements might actually be the better play here. Oh, also, this independent power here, Diplomatic, I want to befriend them. I'm gonna quickly just gold buy a couple more boats too, to go with this fleet commander that we're working on. Get a trader out here, getting us some cotton.
Eagerly I accept. I work.
All right, so we have an expansion to take. Oh, food on food buildings is still here. There you go. That's so much food. And then I think we want to go into shipbuilding as fast as possible. So we'll run heraldry. We're going to re-denounce. But it needs to be hostile, right? So he doesn't get any bonus. Yeah, he only gets one. He gets 2 free war supports. So I don't want to be spending influence on like war supports. So I actually do want to go until wait till we're hostile. Gonna print out a couple more last minute boats. Oh, hello. Oh, these independent powers are not taking damage in the ocean. Yikes. Run. Yeah, dude, they're just chasing me down. Oh, that is actually really annoying. All right, we have another admiral. So we're gonna start packing units in him. And get another pillaging crew going. And another settler. Wharfs can get a ton of food over here. And you gotta see these mines improve finally for that production. I can totally set a blockade with just 2 ships here to keep Pachacuti out as well. All right, we're negative 53. How much until... We'll do military infiltration for another free boat. I'm going to immediately kill this ship when I can. Dude, they're just chasing me down. Nishpur, stop. Alright, there's Spain. There's privateer. Dude, there's so much nonsense over here. Station that guy in a district too. That way that he starts generating some yield. All right, we're now hostile with Pachacuti. He gets no free war support when I declare war on him. And when we need to do this, so that we can make sure we can just raid him with impunity, you know? And yeah, now we have a little bit of a blockade too. So no matter what, he can't really counterattack us that well. There is the ability to coastal raid already. There's a unit here I could kill, but let me start by the pillage. 30 hit points. Oh, did I run the card? I didn't run the card. 60 gold. 15 science. Oh, I am running the card. 30 culture. Jesus, that was so many different yields. That was everything. Hello? That's too funny. God, he needs to... Dude, this guy's so dead. Hi, Isabella. You let me in here. Surely nothing bad will happen if I come in. Oh, dude, and raiding from 2 tiles away. Oh, and we finished another civic. Getting us relics. Healing outside of friendly territories, great. Cultural point. So the culture from displayed great works is gonna scale well, but and when the age transitions, we're gonna lose the culture when our wonders don't leave. So I actually really like the wonder one here. All right, let's get some trade outs with Confucius. All right, we're at 1,700 gold. I'm hitting next turn too fast. I need to start thinking about what we're doing. Totally can buy an observatory in our urban center. Nice. Shabbat can buy an observatory as well. I have overbuild a library. I don't like that. Get a fishing key here for the food, but then buy a boat here so I can deal with the privateer, giving me free culture as well, and we'll get a harbor. Not bad. It's a heavy ship, yeah. We all thought it was going to be a privateer, but it's not. It's a heavy Viking ship. Yeah. So, which means it's not, it can't be attacked outside of war. So, it's not like Republic of Pirates, like we're always at war type, but it is, it's still like incredibly strong and aggressive. And we can just sink stuff so fast. Hell yeah. All right, this town is fully grown. It needs to actually get a focus, but before it can do that, I guess it needs a fishing key. So this is a tiny town. Set it to fishing, just sending food back to our cities. -3 combat strength for military units from Pachacuti. That's hilarious. Feudalism into shipbuilding. You'll get another food boost here. Run that policy card as well. Ooh. The mead of poetry. In longhouses as assemblies and rural courts abroad, Icelandic poetry abounds. with its unique language of kennings. Once simple substitutions, wave horse or ship, Civs hair for gold, increase their complexity as scouts push their craft to new heights. When one produces the dark betrayer, the wood bearer of old walls, the audience concludes they must refer to the dark betrayer of wood bearer of old walls refers to time, the devil, or a cat. Time's not right. Wave horse for ship, Civs hair for gold. One produces the dark betrayer of the wood bearer of old walls. Old walls. Old walls sounds like time. Betrayer sounds like devil. I don't know what part sounds like a cat. It's probably a cat. It might be a cat. The dark betrayer of the wood bear of old walls. The wood bear. Wood bear? Scratching of walls. A wave horse is a ship that makes Civs hair, Cif being one of the Vikings gods, right? Gold. Golden hair, right? Increases their complexity as scouts push their craft to new heights. One produces the dark betrayer of the wood bearer of old walls. The audience concludes it must refer to. Oh, betrayer of wood. Like someone's scratching the wood. It's a cat. Well, we'll see. Story continues. So you can have Vikings and privateers. Dude, that's sick. Ooh, the Ryland Monastery. Gain a relic every time you construct a wonder, including this one. Oh, and it can go next to the... Oh, it can go next to these Hawilt, too. All right, there's a bunch of guys down here. There's a bunch to pillage. You can coastal raid ocean tiles. Hilarious. And still get all the yields. Ooh, Fury of the Norse. In the morning fog, Viking leap out to the dragonhead ships ready for bloodshed. Scouts and scream rend their dawn air. Flames grab angrily at the sky. The tang of blood catches on the wind. Quickly as they arrive, the Icelanders are gone. Ships laden with plunder, leaving only smoke, death, and silence. This is the path to Valhalla. Get 2 Vikings or get a relic. Ooh. Give me 2 Viking ships. I want 2 Viking ships. You're gonna heal there. You're gonna settle here. Grabbing silk. This guy's come over here. Now that I'm here, I could probably... Oh boy. Ooh, Carthage is doing a lot. Camera gone? Ah. Oh well. Let's turn it off. Well, that turns everything off, though. Why the heck did my camera turn off? My app's still open. Oh, it's happening again. Oh, it's happening again. Hello? All right. Nope. Shoot. Dang it. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Unfortunately, we just have to. I have some technical things to figure out. I really wanted to really lean into a lot more of this Icelandic game, but keep an eye out on the YouTube channel. I'll be uploading a video tomorrow for episode 1 of a Let's Play series that had already started. But I am gonna lead into Iceland after a crazy Tonga Isabella starts. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna run, get something to eat, and I gotta figure this stuff out before CivGive. Anyways, guys, thanks for those that have been here. Remember, raising money for CivGive, information is there, and unfortunately, I gotta run. I really like this map. This map is really cool, but otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.